Hello? There we go. Good. Sitting down for a while. Might stand up later. Yeah, decided to do a bit more. I was actually really busy today. Surprisingly working on the game. So that's good. Whew. But yeah, I wanted to come and I've pretty much implemented a bunch of things just because I'm like, I didn't like how this was going, so I'm going to change it to some degree. Nothing major though. Hey Chris, Klug, Plombo, Two Hands, good evening. And Jack. And yes, just sub bin Sansui. Anno please, I know, I would. I'm just really tired. This is pretty easy to do and I don't have to be that high I mean I don't have to be high energy anyway, but this is more of a relaxed thing. I would love to play Anno every day. But yeah, no, yesterday I said I'd be back, so I just thought I should come back. Wanted to play a bit more and get further into the game and identify any other little issues that come up. We had a list of issues yesterday. Nothing too crazy. I had them all written down here. On this super bright piece of paper, I guess. Most of these today I've knocked off the list. So there's very small things. There was like, oh, wax doesn't appear up here. Fix that. The iron slabs for the Regensburg-Gilsburg perk. Fix that. Stone gatherer, no yield. That's being fixed. I didn't fix that one. Oh yeah, the resource node for eel not working right. And also has another issue with it that's also being fixed. So basically, the text is wrong for this one. For somehow, because it was working before. But it's also, if you have of the Voigtland, and you get that perk, it doubles it. It's not supposed to. Just this one, not the other node, the other fish node. So fix that one. That was a little weird issue. So yeah, worked on a few. I actually did a bunch of other things that weren't on this list. So I was happy to be playing around with the game today and made a few adjustments. We'll see if they stick. But one of the changes I made, don't know if we'll see how people like it or not, because I kind of made it without really consulting many people, is ale is no longer consumed by tier 1 houses. Greg said he's okay with it, but the alpha testers and historian people are like, well, don't know. So we have to see if they're happy with it. Because my whole thing is like, well, we can only supply 15 houses for requirement with the tavern, and the only ones you ever see that say they ever want ale are tier 2. You would never know tier 1 are doing it. So I was like, look, if we're going to do it, we need to make the level 1 houses at least say that they're consuming it so people can see that. You can't just like shadow consume things. Because it's kind of crazy. But I also think it's just better if tier 2 and up consume it. Just like clothes. Same with clothes. Gotta be consistent. So we'll see how that goes. You'll have a lot more ale as a result though, basically. So hopefully it'll be a good change. Loads of little small things like that. Anyway, had a small issue when I played yesterday. I cleared a bandit camp in a region on Twin Lakes, and then like a few seconds later, a new one spawned in the exact same spot. Oh. Yeah, that shouldn't happen. You should report it, yeah. It's not on my list anyway. I actually haven't read the book reports since yesterday. I just wrote my own. Because to be honest, most of the bugs are done by like Greg and the team. I'm design, so I don't really do bugs. But I was just fixing anything small, like I'll do, like the text errors and things like that. It's easy. I did make the ale change as well, which is like one line of code. But anyway. But yeah, no, if you have the time, just go to the Manor Lords Discord, go to the bug forum, and just say what happened. If you can provide a save, that can help. I don't know in that situation if a save would really matter, because it's already transpired, but yeah, maybe then it'll just be flagged, and it could be a thing where we'd probably add it to our task list as like a low priority kind of thing and be like, oh, maybe we should put a timer on it. I thought it had one though, so there could be some problem with that, like a timer before they can appear in the same spot. I'm pretty sure it's... Oh yeah, I don't know. I think it's actually predisposed to happen in certain locations, and it doesn't choose the same one twice, so weird. But there was a bug before in the alpha tests where there was like one region that had like 20 bandits just appear all at once, like camps, and it was like, oh, so maybe there's something still wrong. obviously. Anyway, hello. So, yeah, yesterday we built up the town to this level we see here. So we have 44 families. I'm struggling a bit with my own economy, mostly with the inter-region trading setup. I need to figure out a way just to make it more sustainable. I mean, we're fine, but just to make it more sustainable. We got our first level 3 plots, struggling to get to level 3 on these ones because the tavern's over here. So basically struggling to produce enough ale. We don't farm for it in this region, and we buy it from this one. So this region has 1500 wealth because it has a rich salt mine, and we're basically using that salt. Did we build that deep mine yet? Yeah, we're basically using that salt to give us tons of money, buy the barley, and then just send it over here. But of course we have to trade something back in the pack station. So I'm trying to think, like, what would just be good that these guys could use that I don't need. It's difficult. Like, we both have to make something equal of value, but one town's way bigger than the other, so that makes it kind of tricky. So I guess we'll just try to figure that out today. Have I planned on continuing Satisfactory? Yeah, well, it was never the plan to not continue it. It's just that I haven't been feeling too well, and thanks, ROHFX also asks as well, how have I been feeling? I'll just really quickly, I don't want to go on about it, but you know, people come in and obviously ask, so it's like, I don't want to ignore people either. But yeah, it's hard to explain like what's going on. I don't really know. It's probably a mixture of things, but ultimately, like, I'm just really tired, like, every day. Today, not so bad. Although I woke up and went back to bed actually an hour later, so I guess I was tired, but I got more sleep and I felt a bit better. So yeah, just waking up like really, really tired. So I can do like some basic stuff. Like, I went to, it was kind of, the sun was actually out today, so I was like, oh, I should get outside and just go for a walk and stuff. And I went to Horsham, got some lunch just by myself, and then just came back. And then I was just working on Manor Lords. So today was like pretty much fine. But generally speaking, I've just been like really tired some days. Some days it's like, I can't even speak. I'm so tired. Like, I can kind of get up and do things. I'm not like bedridden, but I'm like mentally slow, and it's a noticeable thing for me anyway. And it just comes in these waves. So I've been really unpredictable with videos because it's like, yeah, I just don't feel good. And then you kind of get down about it and stuff like that. So that sucks. So I've been trying to do loads of things over the last few months. Eating healthy, pretty much eating healthy, like the odd time I go out for dinner, but even then it's not unhealthy. Got a standing desk, been doing more exercise, going out for walks, trying to get outside every day. Bunch of things. The main thing would be I haven't really done much exercise, like that much. I want to get there is a gym I go to sometimes, but I'm just like an anxious person, so I'd like to get a trainer, and then they can just show me what to do, and I'll just do that. I had one before years ago, so I'll probably just do that again. But I've got a doctor's appointment on the 24th, and I had a blood test already regarding this stuff, and bloods are fine. So I'm like, yeah, I just want to know what's going on. One other thing that I've just come to realize is, like, it could be caffeine related. I do drink a caffeine drink a lot. I did cut it out for a while, like a week, but then I think I went back to it. Yeah, I just can't remember how I felt during that week. But I think it takes like a few weeks to kind of get out of your system. So I could just be messing myself up with caffeine. I mean, I don't have that much. It's the equivalent of like a cup of coffee every day, but maybe a little bit stronger. But yeah, it could be something to do with that. So I'm going to try and reduce caffeine down to nothing, but I have to do it slowly. So we'll see how that goes. But in that time I'm reducing, I'm going to be even more tired. So we'll see how that goes. But that could be part of it. People in the comments of the last video were like, oh, it's chronic fatigue. It's like, yeah, it feels that way. Like, I don't know how to fix that though. That's the problem. And I'm not looking for suggestions. People are giving me loads, and I do appreciate it. But it's been months and months and months, and people give me loads of suggestions. I've heard some crazy ones. One guy, I should actually reply to his DM. I think he was being dead ass serious. Was like, this is pretty rare. It's probably not this, but I had this, which is like, I can't even remember the exact name for it, but it's like some weird orgasmic syndrome thing where he's like, after I nut, I'm like out of commission for 2 days. I'm like, okay, I appreciate that, but I don't think it's that, but thank you. And I looked it up, and it's like 500 reported cases in the world, although apparently it's underreported, so maybe. But yeah, so I've heard it all. Anyways, right, so with that out of the way, let's play the game. Is the bandits going to be harder in the future? They seem to be just a nuisance. I want random-sized bandit camps and increasingly large ones for the longer a region goes without being claimed. So never say never, but that's kind of what I would do if it was fully up to me. Everything takes time, though, you know. And it's like, should we do that or do something else? What is this music? Oh, it is The Witcher 3. Okay. Yeah, WebMD. It's like, well, it's either cancer of the ass or cancer of your eyes or something. It's always cancer something. I quit coffee cold turkey like twice a year, and what you describe is how I feel for like a week, but I drink a lot more coffee or rather caffeine than you do. That's the thing. I just don't drink that much to think that this is really it, but it might be contributing. I don't know. And I never drink it later than like 1 p.m. is usually the cutoff for me. So there's people that drink like 3 or 4 cups of coffee a day and have it with dinner and stuff. So it's like, why? Maybe I'm sensitive. I don't know. Maybe I'm more sensitive to it or something. Or it's probably just not that. But trying to do everything right. The only main thing I don't do properly, I guess, right now is just exercise. So forget a personal trainer. Really exhaust myself. Maybe my sleep will be deeper and better, and I'll wake up more refreshed. I don't know. Oh yeah, right. I'm trying to remember what we were doing because we have wheat on the go, flax on the way, 63 clothes. We're constantly making ale. It's really all about the transfer. So I guess what I need to do is increase the amount of people we have here and really bulk up the amount of stone and that we sell, and really lean into that more. I believe there was changes to the trading post that allows for more than just a stack of 50 of something now. So you can really load it up if you want. So I guess we should do that. How many horses do we have? 3. Yeah, let's get one more. Don't know if I have another stable or not. I guess we could just get another one. Just in case. Alright, hello. Oh, what you're experiencing is for sure different than what I went through. I feel you. Keep advocating for your health. Keep pushing to find a solution until you feel right. Yeah, it's just it's very frustrating. For the last 3 years, this has kind of happened. Maybe 4. It kind of happened even once before COVID, but it's happened a lot more after. And it used to come in waves. It's like, oh, you know, every 3 months, like you just have this week where you feel like really tired. And that's why I thought like, oh, it's got to be diet. I must have eaten something that did this to me. But then it just now it's like a thing where it's just it's like constant. And it used to be a few weeks apart, and now it's like it's almost inverted. It's like now it's a few months, and then I have a good week, and it's crazy. The other day I felt fine. I was saying to Rosie, I was like, man, I feel great. Just feel great. I'm in a good mood. Everything feels good. I feel super alert. Like today is just a normal day, and I really savored it because I was like, wow, imagine feeling this way every day, like just normal. It's kind of like how when you're sick for a while. And then you're not sick anymore. You just for a little bit, you go like, man, I really appreciate it. Like being well. Because yeah, I really felt it. Oh, I forgot about that. Must have missed that one. Not that it matters. So yeah, it was really great because I was like noticeably like, wow, like I feel totally fine. And it happened during the day. Like I kind of woke up tired, but toward the end of the day, I was like, wow, actually it's like, after, I can't remember what I had to eat, but I was like, I feel pretty good now. Anyways. Right on. Okay, so, how many plots of tier 3 do we have? 1, 2, 3, just 3. We can upgrade more. But I'm holding off because I want to supply ale to, yeah. Okay. And the ale is coming from the pack station. Our pack station's here. We're probably going to get another one to do the same thing, though. It's currently transferring carrots for barley. That seems unsustainable. But we could make a second one that does also cabbages, but then we're just going to destroy our own food supply. Yeah, I'm just trying to think. What's the best way to get barley over there? Hmm. I don't know. We're exporting mortar and dress stone. That makes us just loads of money. So money is fine. And then what are we importing here? Eggs, just for animal produce. Yeah, that's fine. Let's not sell the mushrooms anymore. I was going to give them bread, because we're going to get a pretty good yield of that. But we don't actually have that good farming. But with a baker, we'll make a lot of bread. Alright, I guess we'll just wait till that happens. We need another pack station, though, then. We'll have to challenge the Baron soon, I guess. We've got... How many units do we have? Yeah, because I kind of need money in this region to buy iron and stuff in field units. Guess we could beef up our retinue, though. And then build it up a bit, maybe. Alrighty. Pack station is finished. So yeah, we're gonna have to wait till March or September, I guess, ultimately to get the bread. In the meanwhile, we'll just sell carrots. We can switch this to cabbages now, I guess. And they'll have loads of food. And we'll get another mule. With the change that only warehouse workers sell in the market looks kind of empty. Yeah, we kind of knew about that. I'm sure, I don't want to say there's any plans to right now, but I'm sure in the future we'll do something to make it feel a bit more alive. I like to think when we do more with like cosmetics and things like that, there'll be more of a people doing random things around the place. It's tough though, you know, people complain a lot already about their workers not being efficient enough. Oh, they go home, they do this, they do that. It's like, well, it's kind of the point. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's just like unassigned families will dick around. Maybe that would be a compromise. Dick around more, you know what I mean. They'll go around the markets and do other things more. But yeah, no, I hear that for sure. Same with the church. It's like, yeah, you know, it'd be cool to see. People do go and pray at the church, but you could maybe do more with it. And people have asked for like a fairground or festivals and things like that, and we've talked about it. Like we're thinking about how to do that kind of thing. Again, a lot of those to me anyway seem like if I was planning out the structure and the roadmap of the game, which I'm not, they'd be kind of like late on in the project, that kind of thing. Final stages sort of stuff. So you've got the mule. If I have... I see, I don't know. But... I was going to say, if I had like... so there's 3 people in family bartering. If I had 6 mules, would they all use one? I don't know. Let's find out. Should know these things. And the barterers, they just come in and drop stuff at the warehouses, don't they? Great stream. Question. I've over 1,000 stone. What should I put in? What should I put my desired surplus at? I'm new to this. Can you explain the surplus? Yeah, no problem. So let's say this is what you have. This is your surplus. Right? Yep. So you say to exit. So I'm doing stone as well, right? At the moment, if you have a lot of rubble stone, you can turn that into mortar and get a little bit more money out. They're worth the same actually, but you get 2 mortar for every 1 rubble. So that's just a little mini tip, if you didn't know. And then of course rough stone can be turned into dress stone. So I'm selling the dress stone because you get more for it. I've set my surplus just to 20. That just leaves me a little bit so I can build with it. At the moment, stone doesn't really have much of a use other than just building the small stone church. I think you need 20 for that. And then you can build like castle walls on a manor. But at the moment in the game, it's kind of just set dressing. You don't really ever get attacked at your settlement walls or anything like that yet. In the future, it'll be like a vital resource to really build up defenses. But right now, it's really just for aesthetic purposes, really, for the most part. So if you're starting with stone, like I have, rich stone, you're basically just sitting on something you can sell. If you refine it into dress stone, that's the most you'll get. You could set your surplus to 0, and they'll attempt to just offload as much of it as they can constantly. If you buy a horse, they'll transfer 50 at a time. So you sell more. If you sell really a lot, like super high volume, you'll start to actually devalue it. So there is actually a certain threshold that you'll just have to feel out, because it's actually different for different items of what that number is. But you'd have to have really high volume. I mean, I've been selling it consistently, and I don't think I've hit that number yet. Let's see. You'll see it. Oops, sorry. It's this thing. Global market supply. It still says average. So if it says like saturated or high or whatever, then you'll see the price might go down by like 1. Yeah, if you want to know more about the trading post, there is also info here, tutorials, trading post. That kind of tells you roughly how it works. They've got loads of carrots now. That's cool the way that works, but oh, actually I didn't check if carrots is the same as cabbage. Oh, it's a 1.3. That's good. That's good. Yeah, it means we get more barley back than we did with carrots. And we have more cabbage, generally. I think we have more bigger fields producing it. Cool. Alright, not much to do other than just build up a few more plots, get some more people in. Might go lengthways again. Gotta do it. I need bulk. There'll be enough families to raise a couple more units. I think we're pretty low on iron though, yeah. 70 hides. We should get a tanner. I mean, this would be great to make shoes actually, I guess, as well. That was what one of my other buildings was going to be for. They're working the malt house okay. Although the family's sick at the moment. Thanks so much, no worries. It's good to see that the brewery has had its second family move in now that we've leveled it up. It's gotten bigger. So now there's twice as many of them making things. It just depends if we're getting the malt quick enough. It might be time to start optimizing the storage so like we just have this storehouse is doing both the market and like all the other little collection tasks. It's just the one, but it might be time to just say like, no, we really just need one storehouse feeding the market and one storehouse feeding like all the tasks or something like that. We do that by setting the filters. Trees are starting to grow as well now, which is good. I don't have a referral link for the game, no. I work on the game. That'd be crazy. No, so I don't have one, but thanks for asking. That's nice. If you're buying the game, you're in a roundabout way supporting me. Anyway, so yeah. Leave a review saying Darren's the best designer ever. Never let him go. Something like that. Oh wow, we're up to admired. 2 families moving in, 10 influence per month. Passive income now from level 2 houses, a little bit extra. Love to see it. Probably it's going to be hard to maintain that though. None of these has actually started building yet. Oh, that's because we're building up the manor tower first. Yeah, yeah. 2 more logs to go. Here's a maybe stupid idea. What about wandering folk? Barbers, minstrels, preachers visiting your town as random temporary events? I'd love that. I'd love loads of little events and stuff. I really like the event system and quest system Greg has in the game right now. Yeah, I'd be down with like loads of little random events personally, and like quests, or not quests, choices and things you have to make. Not like overload you, but you know, 1 or 2 a year I think would be pretty cool to break up the game and stuff. A lot of people don't really respond very well to RNG though, like just complete randomness. Like they don't like the droughts and stuff, but I don't know, man, you just got to deal with it, right? Like I had a drought, it sucked. Did set me back a year for what I was planning, but you know, that's real life, isn't it? But yeah, no, I'd be totally down with that. We're like, I was considering, again, we're just talking, none of this is happening, but you know, I am a designer and just have ideas like anyone else does. But I was thinking like, oh, like an inn would be cool. You know, you have an inn and different people come and visit it, and maybe you have choices, you can interact with them and things like that. We've talked about possibilities of having an attractiveness system. For instance, with trade, you could say like, and I'm not speaking about attractiveness in terms of beautification, but more in how attractive is your settlements. Like, it's prosperous, approval's high, money's good. There are jobs or whatever, like there's maybe there's not high unemployment, public order's good, whatever the case might be. And there's a lot of goods at the market, right? There's good market variety and stuff. So you attract like more merchants, traders. Maybe you have better deals at your trading posts, that kind of thing. And like you said, you could attract different people that come by with unique events, bards, minstrels, whatever. So I'd be totally down. I remember you back in Total War Rome 2, was it? My biggest issue coming from Total War is lack of war from the AI lords. I need to afraid they will come to me. Yeah, warfare will happen. More warfare will happen as time goes on. We're still a little bit early for that. The music, classic. The AI that was implemented, you know, like there was no AI when the game first arrived. It was just the off-map AI, which is what this yellow AI is. Then the blue AI was introduced. Really, it only started getting worked on in the second half of last year. And it's able to build up to about tier 2 at the moment. So that's really where it ends. It'll do more. It'll keep learning and keep getting better. Our AI program is actually awesome. Like really good, really understands the game and knows, like it's going to be difficult, but he knows what he needs to do. And yeah, he's starting to ask questions about like, okay, what artisans do he need to prioritize next? And there's already changes in this patch about like how it deals with defending other regions, so it's gonna get there, you know, I've no doubt. Even just I don't want to put a timeline up, but I would imagine like a few more updates and it'll start behaving more like a real player. Really, it'll get there. Yeah, exactly, Hans. Yeah, they have that in Foundation. Yeah, I've never played Foundation. I was meant to play that. People had said, I don't know if it was Foundation, but the trade rework idea that I proposed in the last blog post, I think people were saying like this is really like what it is in Foundation, which is just total coincidence because I haven't played it, and they actually say it doesn't work very well in that game, or at least a few people said it doesn't. So it's like, ooh, maybe I should check that out just to see. But yeah, I'm obviously a fan of Total War, or kind of a lapsed fan of Total War in many ways, but I don't really have any impact on the military side of this game. Most of what I've worked on is to do with the economy. And that's really, at least for me, it's not, I don't speak for everyone, but that's where my head is at still. It's like still on the economy side of things. There's things for the economy I think we should build up. I would love to see, you know, like pastures with like cows, and then also horses, and then with horses comes cavalry, so it'll naturally sort of feed itself. Same with like workshops and stuff for siege equipment. Now that we have the stone castle walls in, the pathfinding is being improved for all of that. Like we're incrementally getting there. As for like Total War style big battles or anything, I don't know what the plan is there, honestly. Depends on optimization and scale that Greg wants to achieve, I guess. But I never looked at this game and thought like it's going to be like 10,000 people versus 10,000. What would it take to get a new perk level upgrade in this new beta? It's not going to happen in this beta, but the next update will have a whole new set of perks. And a few changes to the existing ones. When's the next episode of the Dune Factory? I don't know. Will there be a family tree detail? No, not likely. Hey Ace, how's it going, man? Alright, we've got a lot of houses on the way, which is good. A lot more people to move in. Still got lots of food and everything. Barley's getting better. We now have a bigger reserve of it. Therefore, ale should be getting better. Yes, it is. Nice. We've done it. Just took a bit more time. So now we can upgrade. So these are double plots. Upgrade these 3 into Burgage level 3s. And then we have to supply even more things. 2 types of meat, 2 types of animal produce or fruits. But our fruit yield will come in September, so we should see that being delivered. We have our level 2 church. The grains will be in September as well. So September is going to be good. Hopefully. I'll keep an eye out here that these guys are okay. Oh, I never gave them a church. Yeah, I'll give you a church. We can build it up there. There's only 1 family available for that, but that's okay. This is endless, right? I mean, it should be, but we are still cracking through the surface deposit, which has me just a little bit worried. But it does say deep mine. Oh yeah, and they need tools. Oh no, they are buying tools for themselves. And I forgot that they also need planks. They've got lots for now, though. Cool. Probably eating into our cabbages quite a bit. Yeah, I guess so. How many have we given them? They've probably got loads. They have 40. 145 berries. So they can kind of stop the berry work now. They've got loads of food, right? And just work more on the mine and on transporting. Trees are starting to come in. We could put more families on planting again. Got annoyed at my Whiskerwood village and destroyed it all. How do you plan cities while allowing for future expansion without making spaghetti? That's such a problem for me in these games. I mean, it's a problem for everyone, but that's... I think the intention is like This is the thing with city builders. The mid game is like where you realize like, okay, now everything needs to move. But you couldn't have done that at the beginning. You couldn't have really planned ahead that way. Certain resources were maybe closer that you needed to be close to. So I think it is often the design intent to, they want you to like reconfigure or optimize, like be optimizing as you go. That's what I tried to get ahead with in Satisfactory, where it was like, okay, I'm just going to build a big factory, doing the math, anticipating what we will have in the future. So it's like, it won't all run. 25% of the factory will run, but I have the machines in the space and the math done for when I get my level 2 and my level 3 miner and my improved belts and everything. So I guess if you know the game well enough, you can plan ahead, but certain city builders are like, well, no, you needed the resource here, and you'll either suffer a lot in the beginning because it might be far away or something to build optimally, or you'll extract all those resources and then move everything when you become more self-sufficient later. So I don't have a good answer. I don't know, but it's something I think about and struggle with too. Come on, man. Oh, he's just chatting with someone. I was like, what are you doing? Just standing there. People have asked why were houses built like this. And I believe it's to do with taxes. You're taxed for the land that you're on. So people built their second and third floors higher and wider. Because it's mostly like the floor tax. At least that's what I've heard. I've heard as well something to do with like something to do with like the streets and how you can be over the streets. Are they technically skyscrapers then? Back in the day they might as well be. Well, I say back in the day, I mean there was way bigger buildings than this if you go further and further back. That's why the Roman era is like way better. Give me my Roman city builder. Before the great regression. Oh, we don't flex anymore, do we? No. But we have enough clothes. I forgot. We don't need these people anymore. Where's the baker? Baker's there. And I'll have to wait till these guys get done again. What are you waiting on? A log? Waiting on oxes. I guess they're delivering out here. We could increase their priority. Maybe that would help. And we also just built our tower. To 24 retinue, it's good. Tools are getting a bit low. Looking for the... I didn't build this very well because everything's all over the place. The bloomery. There it is. Yeah. Need to get some iron in. Again, we don't have that much money, but they do. So it's like, you can buy the iron, and I'll buy it off you. For less. So you spend that tariff cost. And do you have a horse? They do. Pretty sure the term skyscraper comes with a specific height requirement. Don't quote me though. Yeah, I don't think the term came in until like the 1800s, right? Hey Zeno, did not finish the first one yet, so I'm only here to say hi. That's okay. Can you explain the purpose of upgrading houses that are not higher level artisans, like chicken coops and vegetable fields? There is no purpose. It's up to you if you want to do it. You'll get a little extra regional wealth, but there's not really much need to. In future, when you have perks to obtain, the reason you would do it is because you need more families at a higher tier to get the perk, the next perk. And also policies. People forget, like, policies were in the game, but we removed them for a while. They will come back. and policies will have a settlement level requirement also. So for instance, obviously like the next tier of perks for me requires me to have 15 families of level 2 or higher. So I'm gonna have to level them up. Now, it's up to me who I do that. I don't have to do these ones at all, but I could, you know. So right now, there ain't much incentive to go all the way to tier 4. Like, why really would you, other than just to say you did it for the logistical challenge, for the fun of it, to build a city that looks cool, you know. You do get a higher approval, actually, the higher you go as well, which is a nice benefit, but it's not massive. But yeah, it's really going to be about the perks and the policies, and they'll come. The perks will come. More perks will come in the next update. Promise. I don't know why my watch keeps going off. That's funny, Jup. Wonder what the tallest man-made structure was at the historical time of this game. So what was the tallest man-made structure in the 1400s? Probably some cathedral, Strasbourg Cathedral, something like that, maybe? I don't know. That would be my guess. Maybe some tower in Japan. Actually, some of those ones are really tall. Do you think a cathedral upgrade will be added to the church building, giving a bishop an influence? Yeah, I don't know. We talked about that yesterday. It's like, is there really need for a cathedral when the town is like this size? I mean, it might seem a bit out of place if you have this massive church, even if it's late game. That said, if people ask for it enough, I'm sure it'll happen. At the moment, I think if you assign someone here, you need maintenance then, but you also get influence per month. I think it's like 15. It doesn't tell you that though, of course. Anything that never tells you anything is my fault, because I probably should have flagged that and added tooltips or something. So when I say that, I'm you know, joking at myself. It also doesn't really need to yield. But yeah, this was a thing of kind of, this was like an oversight, I guess. We kind of, like, I think it was Greg that wanted an upkeep of stone, like dressed stone for a level 2 church. And then we were kind of like, I don't know if it really makes that much sense, but maybe mortar or like rubble. But the way the maintenance system works, it only works if you have an active family, but nobody puts a family in there because it's only for grave digging. So it might be kind of cool to say like, well, maybe we could make a new profession where they are actually like a priest's family, effectively. Or a special case, like it's like a priest. And they are active, and the helpers or whatever like support the church and all that, the grounds, and they're the ones maintaining it, and that gives you influence or whatever. I kind of think like if you want to do the tithe or anything like it's supposed to be for the church, like you should probably have it active. Basically what I'm saying is maybe we should make it so that you kind of have to have that active to get even the requirement fulfilled. It's like church access, it's fulfilled only when you've got someone in there, you know. That kind of would make a bit more sense to me. Hey, little man. Rex is pushed in. Does the game have nested tooltips? No. Egypt's pyramids? Oh yeah, they'd be the highest, would they? Would they be the highest? I don't know how tall they are. Hello, Rex. He's my sensitive little guy. It was the cathedral in Cologne, says Hans Wurst. How are we doing now? 6 families? Is it June? It's June. I have to wait for September. We're waiting for September right now. So basically, we're getting more tier 3 houses, which is great. To get to tier 4, if we want to, it's going to be a bit of a struggle. We need fruits, grains, and footwear. Oh yes, the cobbler. One of these guys has to be the cobbler. You, I suppose. So, not enough animal produce or fruits right now. We are buying eggs. We're making good money though now again. Barley's there. Why is that? We're not trading it. I get maybe the pack station people are dropping it off there. I didn't think they were supposed to do that. Ah, but I think I said not to accept any crops here. Ah, yes. And we are accepting it there, but there's no one working it. So that makes sense. So they're dropping it off there. That's cool. They drop it as a trading post, and then our brewer is going and getting it. Oh no, the malt people will go and get it. I guess we could just allow it here. Maybe that would change things. It's not a problem though there. It's actually probably more efficient there, but still. I didn't mean to do it. Are you saying you have to pay the fucking church to get blessings? You don't have to. In this game, there's no way of paying the church in this game, actually. You can give them food, and you get influence. That's the tithe. Yeah. But I was saying that maybe you should just have a family in there all the time, and that way it would just make a bit more sense, you know? And you could do more things with it, that family and stuff. Any tips for building stables so oxen don't get stuck? I built 6 stables next to each other, and every 5-10 minutes I'd have to save and reload to get them moving again. No, you should just log that as a bug if you're finding that consistently. I haven't actually noticed that in my playthrough, but I've been playing at slower speeds actually. But yeah, I mean, I've been speeding up and down, but I haven't noticed that at the moment. So yeah, my advice would just be log it. And provide a save if you can. And we can just recreate it. We need more meat, so I need like way more animals again. Probably actually go with goats again. So that we can get the animal produce a bit more reliably also. Will do, but tomorrow, yeah, no worries, and I appreciate it. 1883 to do with buildings in Chicago. Oh, you were replying to Tony. Lighthouse of Alexandria still stood when they were building the cathedral in Cologne. Did it really? When did that... What happened to that? Didn't they just find it recently or something? They dug some of it up or found it in the ocean? Something like that. I feel like it was in the news recently. Whoa. What are you doing? What? Do you want to speak to the people? He's a good boy. He's my guy. Yes, this is Rex. This is the cat that everyone helped save. This is the cat that had his back legs broken and we took him in. And we paid for his surgery, but then you guys very generously paid me back for it by fundraising. So I appreciate that. Rex appreciates it. Look at him now, hopping around the place. Yeah, we have 2 cats. I love him. He's great. But Nyx will always be... always has a special place in my heart. She was my gaming buddy. She would sit up... You can't see it, but just like up above the monitor, would just be to my left. She was just kind of always there. But she passed away in December 2024. And then a few months later, this little guy got into an accident outside. And we took him in. I think you should be able to make beer with wheat, rye, honey, and barley. I think the game feels very limited in what you should be able to do. Yeah, no, I don't disagree. You will be able to... Have a look at this. What does it say next to ale? It used to say something else as well, but I guess we got rid of that. But it'll come back. It said mead. So honey will make mead, and cider will be made from apples. And it's quite likely like alternate recipes for cider or for other drinks will be made as well, like Perry. I have to get historical note on that, but yeah, don't worry, it'll happen. Sorry it's not here sooner, but it's in the plans. Before this update, there was only 7 foods. I brought you 23 foods. And it took a lot of arm twisting to do that. But now we want new things, right? We want more things that require you to do different things with those foods. So it'll happen. Tons of mushrooms, pork, small game, and chevon. Pretty good. Quite happy to see that. Cabbages are still... We're retaining the amount of cabbages even though we're bringing in so much barley. So that's great to see. We'll probably get off the planting in a moment. He's trying to get out now. I'll have to let him out in a minute. We're very low on logs and planks though. Oh yeah, maintenance. I forgot. We brought in iron ore at the other place, but I forgot to actually transfer it here. So again, we'll just do send maybe bread, but that'll probably take a bit too long. We'll try cabbage again in exchange for iron. Okay. Once we get that in, we'll turn back on our bloomery and get it all rolling again. I'll be back in just 1 sec. Sorry, Rex wanted to get out. It must have been nice not to hit a single red light. Probably stepping in shit the whole time. But yeah. I think you should read that already. From what I can see in the game, getting raiders or bandits to join the village is part of the game design, so a legitimate strat. Yeah, sure, why not? I don't think it harms anyone. Why not? I think it was intentional. I mean, I genuinely think it was. If it comes up with the dialogue option, then it must have been. I just forgot about it. It's hard to keep track of some of the things that were done before, like, I guess before my time. I play the game a lot as well, I just miss things. Or I get like laser focused on certain things. Great, yeah, looking good, looking good. 18 malt. We seem to be totally fine for the ale situation now. 51 ale. Dude, you can slow down, if anything. Slow down. Because it'll spoil, won't it? Yeah. It's going to be losing some unnecessarily. Medium spoilage. Yeah, that's a significant amount. You might be losing 2 or 3 a month. This house is still not done. We're waiting on that log to arrive. Oh, they're going out to these ones first. I set a higher priority on that, but I did. Yeah, maybe the priority thing's not working, or because I set it too late. Don't know. Or the ox is stuck. Are they? There is one here, but he is no handler, so I'm assuming he's not stuck. Just doesn't have a job. Oh, we were low on logs actually, so it's yeah. It's. I don't think he's stuck. Let's see, where are they? You're picking up logs. You're picking up logs. Maybe you are stuck then. Oh no, we've only got one family constructing. So there's not enough people to guide ox around, I guess. That makes sense. Alright, let's take some people off here and see if things speed up then. So now we've got 7 families not doing anything. So you'd think that with various construction projects... Actually, well, we're still bottlenecked by the amount of logs we have, I guess. Come on, man. Something does seem a bit off. Like they're storing the logs here now. You're lacking one. We'll just put that back down to medium or something. What about moving this? Sown the seed of doubt with my stuck oxen comment. Yeah, you have now, yeah. Because that one isn't moving, you're right. But it is just waiting for it. No one's even gathering it. Or guiding it, I mean. Now he's moving. This obviously reserved a log when I built it, but there's nothing has been transported. So I'm just confused at what that means. They're prioritizing other things. And they're just piling them up here. So if they're piling them up, it's like, well... I really don't know then. Did I pause construct? Oh! That's what it is. When the building's paused, it, yeah, it probably did the... it probably did planks, because planks were here already, because it's a joiner, maybe? Or the people just went and got the planks, but yeah, they don't get the log. So he's going there to do it now. Yeah, okay. That's fine. I do know about that. I remember doing that before, because I often pause my artisans, and they don't upgrade. Maybe it could be communicated, though. Better. Alright, well, problem solved anyway. There's our tier 3 houses all around the market, for the most part. So we needed a cobbler. I think I was going to make this one into a cobbler. We have to upgrade them, though. It is September. Oh, crap, September 10th. I'm so sorry. 8 families, perfect. Let's go. Oh yeah, we don't have a windmill. Should get one of those as well. I've actually never seen efficiency go below like 80. It was pretty low back there. It's good there. I had a problem with the logging camps. Sometimes they would stop working. Does anyone else have this? I haven't noticed that yet for me. No police roaming around town. They should have confrontations, especially around the pub in this game. There's actually, we've decided there's not going to be any like police type thing, because apparently historically there just wasn't. So there's no town watch or anything like that. It just didn't happen, from what I've been told anyway. But the historians all say like, no, it's just not a thing. People policed each other. If you had a drunk and stuff, they might. There was stuff I read about like where they would have like a jail type thing, where if someone was like super drunk and rowdy, they just throw them in like the jail, and then like the next day let them out. But I think it was literally just people that did that, like the tavern keeper and shit. I don't know though. But yeah, I was kind of, because it was my first thing when I came on the team. I was like, all right, yeah, like public order, let's go, crime. But apparently no. At least not until like super endgame big city type things. Historian guys, they ruin all our fun. Now this is going to flip to fallow. That's going to go to fallow. This is going to go to wheat. We kind of need them to go to flax. Actually. At least one of them. We should still have a good amount of clothes. Yeah, so one of them is fine. Bailiff, yeah. Not me, but in general, log production will slow down as the trees get further away from the logging camp, but it shouldn't be that noticeable. Yeah, you gotta keep up with the planting. I tend to just go with like the only plant during spring and summer, I think, and autumn, right? They don't plant in winter, so I just throw them on in spring and summer usually, and then just take them off towards the end of the year. But I mean, there's a huge patch over here we could make use of if I just moved the logging camp out that way. Got tons of money now. We could do some more taxation. And oh yeah, we want to get the bloomery up and running. We probably have, yeah, we do. We have iron ore in now. I guess I'll wait till the harvest is done. Oh, and we should be getting our first batches of, yeah, fruit. 12 pears, 22 apples, 11 quinces. I'm surprised. Why aren't they plowing this? Are they waiting for the ox to get here? Don't know. Had it turned off again. Why did I do that? That was a mistake. We don't have long left. Everyone needs to get on it now. Oh, actually, we do. We have all November, don't we? Yeah, never mind. Alright, well, 43 flax. That should be fine. They must be waiting for the ox to come up here. I don't like ox plowing. Yeah, it says plowing. Oh, there he is. Never been a fan. I only did it because people said you should do it. I kind of wish they could do that while people plowed as well. But it seems to be one or the other. So pretty. Greg demolished the veggie garden meta. That was me, actually. I'm the one that introduced a scaling cost, a planting cost. So the bigger your plots, the more expensive it is. And I also split vegetables into 3 different types, and that was all me. Because I didn't like seeing people build these mega giant plots. Wasn't the intention. People were taking advantage of Greg's flexible plot system. There was a time team episode where they recreated a medieval plow. And one of the experts spoke about using oxen to pull it. It was interesting to watch. Yeah, I think this is like historically accurate, from what I understand. And even the pattern they use is apparently accurate to what they did. I was the one that wrote the tooltip about it. Oh, you can't see it now. Ox will plow in a gathering pattern, working from the center of the field outwards. Yeah, gathering pattern. Apparently that's like a thing. Now I know who to blame. Jokes aside though, I think it's a good idea. Also the variety of veggies. Thank you. Yeah, almost all the harsher costs and all the balance is everything to do with me. Like I'm all balanced in the game, which is a scary thing to say. and invite criticism. All the perks and the effects and their balance, that's all me as well. Like, Greg really let me do whatever with all that stuff. And it's gone down pretty well, so generally he's kind of trusted me more and more with it, which is good. That's why I play the game often, and I read a lot to see what people think about things. Because while I do read a lot, I try not to make it the sole focus of like my reaction to everything. I also try to go with like what I think just feels good to play. So there's a little bit of like, I think you have to have a bit of creative control, but also like you can't ignore, like if there's a lot of feedback about something, you gotta, you know, gotta react to it, see what people are doing, good and bad. Like if people are exploiting something, it's like, yeah, it's probably too much. Then if it's just a little bit, it's like, ah, whatever. If people are having fun doing their thing, that's cool. Don't want to over nerf, right? So, but yeah. Anyway, add a mechanic where you can widen the road to decrease to a degree with a scroll mechanic. That would be kind of cool. We've been talking about cobblestone roads and such, and how people, a lot of people do this to get bigger roads. They'll build a market or something, just something like that, not being used. But then if you do this, you get like a wide road, or you can put down a plot and then just build a road and then remove the plot. And it's like, well, if people are doing this, like we should maybe just give them an option to have a thicker road, right? So yeah, we're thinking about it. Ever discussion about having tree cutting and planting areas using the same system as Foundation? Again, I haven't played Foundation. I like having trees in my cities, and that way it's so easy. Not that I mind the circle. Yeah, so I would imagine Foundation's not on a grid, right? I know a lot of games do like this sort of, it's like designate an area for cutting kind of thing. We've also discussed like coppicing, which is where you grow, like you specify an area to grow, and you chop the trees at above the, what is it? I think you cut down the tree, but then you plant new trees like in the root or in the trunk sort of, and they grow fresh faster, and that's more renewable and sustainable, and people did that. So we've talked about like that as an easier method of renewable tree gathering or wood gathering. As for targeting or painting areas for specific trees, I don't know. I mean, maybe, but at the moment we're, you know, pretty happy with the circle system, really. Just because everything takes time, so it's like I don't want to speak for everybody, but I feel like we're at the point where it's like, look, if it's in the game and it works, let's just leave it. We need to add more content rather than redo things that exist already, even if they are quality of life things. Because we did spend a long time reworking so many systems, and it delayed lots of things, and people are a bit agitated about that. So I feel like it's like, okay, let's just get some new stuff going. Like, I don't know if it's exciting to tell people like, hey, we spent like a week on, you know, one person spent a week on figuring out how to like make trees easier to cut down. It's like, was it really a problem? But I know what you mean. That's one of the things I've kind of learned anyway, being on the game. It's like you can overlook at something and redo it many times and always find a way to make it better. And at a certain point, you just have to ask if people are really having a problem with it. But again, I don't want to push everything to like a 1.0, but to me that's like, that'd be a nice 1.0 feature, you know. It's like, okay, maybe some quality of life in determining where you cut down and stuff like that. But at the moment it's like not a big enough blocker, I think, to warrant it, in my opinion. Are we done with this now? $37 wheat grain, yes. Oh my god, we've already got 75 bread. Good. We probably shouldn't store barley there. We don't grow it here. And it's further away than our malt thing. Can we upgrade any more people yet? What are you missing? Footwear. Oh, you're level 3. I mean, level 2 guy. Oh, you're good to go. We're just lacking wood. I think it's time we move this somewhere else, or just decommission this one and this one. Have we made fresh tools? We do have iron ore. Do we have, there we go. I'll bang out some fresh iron. We'll get the blacksmith to continue making the tools. That should be fine. Great. Yeah, let's make a new wood cutting area over here. Might have to move the existing one actually, because I'm out of, literally out of wood. Oh, actually. Yeah, I've only got one. Okay. Alright, let them get chopping. Yeah, I don't mind people asking. It's cool. Have you seen the exploit for pastures? You place the third point on top of the first one and the fourth point on top of the second. You get a narrow double fence, but it still works. No. I did see some people building like inverted pastures though recently. I wonder if it was the same kind of thing. Any chance for a template mechanism like Anno? Do you mean like a blueprint where you have multiple buildings in one thing? At this point, I would say no. Anyway, I shouldn't be answering. Like, I don't know. You know, I don't know. I'm not the authority on these things. I'm not. This isn't a stream just to ask what will happen. I really don't know. I am just playing the game. I'm sorry that I shouldn't really answer these things because I don't know, and they'll be considered like official, and it's not official at all. I don't mind talking through some of the choices that I made and maybe talking about like some broad ideas I have, but like I should be better at like answering things. It's like, I don't know. That's if it'll happen or not. Maybe. Rubblestone should be more organic gathering resource, like from exposed rock areas like cliffs. Yeah, so that's funny you say that. Like when I first came on, I was like, why can't we get clay like almost anywhere? Why can't we get stone like almost anywhere? Why not, you know? Why are fish in one like tiny spot? Why are deer in an isolated spot rather than in all forest? And we went back and forth on it for a long time. I would just say that Greg was right, and it's better the way it is. It's you know, the game has like kind of multiple personalities, and it attracts multiple types of player. It's not just a simulator, so it's not like, hey, we can see exposed rock, therefore this is rock resource, right? It's like actually there's a controlled system that doles out resources to each region, and it's a semi RTS in that respect. It's like you're playing for competitive regions. I mean, that's the idea, and I think that's always going to be the case. Some people might not always want that or like that. More simulator / realism people will look at a river and say like, oh, why doesn't the whole river have fish? Why doesn't the river have this type of fish, like trout or something? And it's like, because it's not a simulator. It just has very good graphics, so it kind of comes off that way. And we've added more and more simulator-y things for feedback, but there is a line, and I would say the line is, one of the lines is uber realistic resources, because yeah, there's a system where it's like doled out to each region. There's a controller that decides where it goes at the beginning. Will you be able to choose that at the beginning? We debate that all the time. We'd rather not, but we might give in. So never say never, but I was the first thing I said to Greg when I came on was like, let's change that. And we actually played around with the idea of multiple deposits of the same thing. So we had wild animals in multiple forests. We had fish along rivers and stuff, and it was much more tedious because you had to move your resource buildings all the time. It's like, oh, this stone mine is now dried up, we gotta move it. This one's dried up, we gotta move it. And it's like, yeah, he was kind of right that it's better in a controlled deposit, and it's more strategic if we lay it out so that you're encouraged to get different regions. So that was like what we eventually came to a conclusion on. What have I missed? We got a few more tier 3 houses. We've sorted out trade between regions a little bit better. We had a lot of excess cabbage, so I sent more cabbage towards them. and that gave us a better deal on bringing in ale. So now the ale is pretty good. Don't really have a problem with it anymore. We've just got our first harvest of wheat, and we're baking our first batches of bread. So we've got 140 bread right now. Arguably a little overkill, but it is what it is. The reason I say that is because it'll spoil probably quite fast. I probably could have kept it as flour, or not even flour, but as like wheat or grain. Grain's the one that spoils the least fast. We do have 17 wheat grain. We'll just let him use it. We've 89 barley actually now. So we could pause the pack station for a bit. We've got more than we need. We're bringing in iron ore and we're refining that. We're also making tools. Yep, got the tool production up. So I was relocating this to get more trees because we're running quite low. I'll leave everything else where it was. So the next thing would be really just making more weapons and fielding more units and then challenging the Baron, I guess. And maybe using some of the stone to actually build walls for the fun of it. Just up on the hill. Maybe we should clear the trees out of here as well. We're going to need a lot of wood, so sure, let's get a second logging camp as soon as we have enough. How's my Salt Bay region? Yeah, it's okay. Ultimately, I'd like to get to tier 4 as well. So we need shoes for that. So I want a cobbler here. But in order to get a cobbler, we need to upgrade. Can't upgrade just yet. We are lacking material. But we're getting more. So that's where we're at. Bread and ale. What does anyone else need? Yeah, my initial idea with Greg was like, oh, like stone could be like a long stone vein, like in a big long line, and they kind of go out and like harvest it in like a longer line, I guess, like veins, I guess. But yeah, we did try it. We actually played around with it, and a lot of what I asked for when I first came on was stuff like that, like more realistic stuff, like game design driven by realism, which is fairly easy to do, I guess. It's like, oh, real life has this, make this. And then we put it in the game, we find like it's just not as enjoyable, it's tedious, like there's more micro. And then you end up saying like, okay, yeah, but it would be good if we did this as well, and then also this, and then have this system to make sure that like we don't have to reassign people. It's like, oh man, you're asking for a lot now. And it's like, okay. So lesson learned. So maybe if you designed it that way from the very beginning, things would be different, but it's just, yeah, it's not what it is now. I don't know when the next episode of Anno is. I'm sorry, Martin. Let's go, people. We planted flax early, didn't we? Actually, I could have planted it in the spring. Is everyone done here now? Pretty much. It's tempting to bring in to buy animals. We have a lot of money. Should we get a little pasture going? And then I guess we could have a butcher. Get more meat. This could be a pasture. Little sheep farm down there, and then we need the trader, right? 21 logs now, that's what I like to see. So we'll get the sawmill back up and running. Cool. Love that series. Yeah, so do I. So for those who don't know, I've just been unwell for a while. I decided to stream yesterday and today because this beta came out. I do work on the game. I didn't have to stream, but I was feeling kind of okay. Not feeling too bad right now. So it's like, oh yeah, let's go. So I'd like to be at full energy to do the Anna thing, and unfortunately I've just been sick. I've explained it in that series. So it hurts me more than anyone. I love the game. I'd love to just play more. At this point I'm like, man, I just want to start again because there's so many gaps. But I wouldn't do that until I know that I'm okay for a while. Are spuds coming soon? There's not going to be potatoes in this game because there's no potatoes in the region at this time period. As an Irish person, that hurts me, but it is what it is. Man cannot live by bread alone, but he can't live without it. That's funny as well. Medicinal alcohol. I like the street. Poor quality, you said. These guys can't upgrade either. What's your problem? Just no one has enough of anything. Okay. We can probably stop taxing for a while. We've got a lot. I will use our money to buy up some animals. Get little lambs. I don't know how long they take. 23 versus 30. It is a lot cheaper. So 230, 460. $680, I guess. It's about half our money. We'll do 40. Oh, we can only hold in here 28. Oh, I need to assign people to it as well. This doesn't really make any sense here, but actually, just around our little trading post. What was that, 27? Yeah, great. There we go. 40 little lambs. Won't need them for a while, because we've got clothing and everything sorted. Blacksmith, waiting. What are you waiting for, man? I guess he's got loads of tools now. Could start making new weapons then, I guess. Go with another militia unit. Or actually, yeah, we could go polearm unit. Just pause you for a while though. I want to save up the planks for a bit. They're finally working it now again. So yeah, they'll bang out planks really quick. Great. And then the joiner and stuff will make shields. What does polearms don't have shield, right? Okay. The audacity to build pastures in the city. I always place them outside. Yeah, I don't know. Just thought it'd be kind of nice in and around the people. I mean, it wouldn't be in real life, but yeah. Be nice to see them there. Close to the butcher. Doesn't have to go too far. Man, those planks are getting eaten up like immediately. I can't even think what's consuming them. What's the joiner doing? Small shields. Don't tell me there's... Oh my god. There's no limit. Could have sworn I had a limit. I've got 106 small shields. Well, it looks like we're going with sidearms then. Got 38. Yeah, okay, fair enough. Well, that was a mistake, but it's not too bad. We'll make use of it. Oh yeah, we can make up mail armor and stuff as well. I forgot about that. We don't have an armor. And then I guess we'll just start conquering or something. This place has fish. That'd be kind of a good one to get. Rich wild animals is good too. This also has rich fish. And rich iron. Maybe this one next then. What year is it? Year 5. Trade them away? No, we can make use of them. I'll trade the excess away. Or maybe just keep it in case we do have losses. But if we make more spear unit or sidearm units, it'll make sense. This is pretty far. I guess it kind of has to be done. Alright, march. So you guys are good. These guys are ready to upgrade finally. We'll keep those as tier 2, that's fine, but these guys, this can be a butcher, and then we also need an armorer, so these can all be, we'll remove the goats from them. So we're tier 3 out of our mines and all those. These are all tier 1. We could get some of them tier 2 just for the look and feel of it. And slight more money, I guess. You'll need 20 families of level 3 or higher. Oh my god, we've got the sheep already. So quick. 13. Love it. Everyone, I'm happy that now we can see any work area that we have assigned. That's a great addition. Yeah, that's a good quality of life thing. That was asked for a while. Real talk. My little hometown neighbor has sheep in the garden next to my house during summer. I always sleep so well when I hear them bowing away. That's nice. You can, yeah, you can count them. Orchards are different depending on what you grow. So, off the top of my head, I think it's quinces take 2 years to reach full maturity. Apples take 3 and pears take 4. Every September they can be harvested though. I made a math lerp, which means it was on a curve, so it's like they pretty much don't produce anything until like towards the end, like let's say pears, you wouldn't really get anything till year 3 and then 4. But people didn't really like the testers didn't really like that, and Greg kind of felt like it was just not very clear. It's like, let's just make it a certain thing. So it's like, okay, so to simplify it, it's like this matures in like 4 years, 3, and then 2, and every September you can get a harvest. So even if you planted it in March, even the very first September that comes up, you'll get something out of them. It might be low, but you'll get something. So what it basically means is quinces are good if you want it relatively quick. It'll be low in volume though. Apples, like when quinces hit their 2-year maturity, they'll yield less per tree overall than pears. So you do get more if you don't mind investing more money and waiting longer. You'll get more out of the pears. Ultimately, you need 2 types of like either animal produce or fruit. So you can double up and go like, okay, I'm gonna go with apples and pears. I went with all 3 just for fun, just to see them, I guess. But yeah, so I think, I don't know, this is March of year 5. I think we planted them around spring of last year, so we would have got a little bit already. We could check the statistics for that. I'm so sorry that this isn't organized either. Dude, it's right there. Let me just go 12 months, and we can see here. So, 2 pounds. Yeah, I guess stock. So, we got 29 apples, 17 quinces, and 25 pears. At least last year. Maybe we planted the year before then. Because in theory, we should have gotten more quinces. Oh yeah, no, I planted quinces last though. It took me a while to build them. So that does make sense. And yeah, they've pretty much been all consumed. The ones that weren't consumed could have spoiled, or is just what we have left over. Is Darren hiding his gigabrain emerging out of his skull into that beanie? Yes. That's what I'm hiding. And hey, Vin. Your name on YouTube is like different now. It's Vince-TT1UJ. I know it's you just because the icon's the same. I also love that goats produce milk now. Yeah, that was a change. My change. I mean, and like I said, anything to do with the economy was me. But yeah, my change was specifically making them also yield based on cycles. So it's like, oh, every third cycle they drop this, etc. I'm always so proud of like the 1 or 2 little lines of code I do. It's like, yeah, I even coded that. It's like the tiniest bit of simple code ever, but it works, damn it. I don't know why YouTube is stigmatizing me. Yeah, it just came to mind because I was watching some other streamer yesterday. They do a live podcast, and people drop super chats, and they were like, "Oh, everyone's names have like numbers after them now." And they were like, "Oh yeah, they didn't have numbers before. Yours doesn't have a number, obviously, but it's different." So I wonder if something changed. Thanks, Kenrick. That's good to hear. It shows the username instead of the friendly display name, which is kind of annoying. Ah, okay. Have a nice stream. Keep it the good work. Thank you, to Mealy RBX. Sorry if I missed anything else you said. It's the first time I feel like I've said. Oh, you did say something before. Currently watching your Satisfactory update 6 or 7. Nice, awesome. Hope you're enjoying it. What's going on with Manor Lords that you're streaming it recently? Yesterday we dropped a beta for the next update. We added a new tier of housing, so it's the 3rd tier, this tier. There was 3 tiers before, but we moved the 3rd tier to the 4th because it's like a bigger, more ornate looking building, and then we added a new building model called tier 3. And that's it there basically. So it basically, if you want to see the difference, this would be a tier 2 and this is a tier 1. So it's 1, 2, and this is 3. So it's a bit taller. It has like another floor on top of it. This is actually a surprisingly large tier 2. And then 4 is like another level up, I guess. And then there's just loads of optimizations and bug fixes mostly. It was a shorter turnaround time for the update. It only took 2 months to come out. It's not too long. I mean, it was over Christmas and stuff, so not everyone was working it either. So I think it's good that it didn't take too long, since the last one took like so long. Other than that, yeah, balance changes, things like that, just your run-of-the-mill kind of stuff. A few noticeable balance changes. It's like, it used to be the case that if you expanded your house to have a second like group living in it, so this one's expanded, there's like a second house there basically. It used to be the case it doubled how many people live in the plot, but now it's like it always adds just +1. But now every time you upgrade your house, you get an extra person living in it. So it's just small tweaks and changes and stuff like that. Yeah, I wouldn't say I would wait till the full game, but I think there's nothing wrong with waiting until the full game. Hopefully you get the best experience then. Running out of fuel. Uh-oh. Didn't I? Oh yeah, I built it down here. I think I forgot to assign people. Oh no, it's just not built yet. Okay. You have to support Polish developers though, Vince. What are you, a trader? I know you can't talk much about future developments with the game, but in your opinion, will there be any more levels to the houses coming? So there's 4 now. There might be. 5 would be nice. Cathedral would be nice. Cavalry would be nice. Sieges would be nice. I'm already beta testing new patches from Johan. What's going on with that game? Why is it in mixed territory now? What was so bad? It had such a good start. Europa Universalis 5. I didn't play it, but it was very tempting because the reviews were good right out the gate. I was like, oh wow. Hard audience to please, and they seemed pleased, at least for a while. Might be time to start getting that barley back in. What are you doing, cabbages, for iron? How are we doing for iron ore? Very low. They have the iron here. We should be getting it next time they come over then. They might not have had the cabbages. Yeah, they're doing it. Made some questionable patching decisions, and they made the AI super aggressive, and France and Blobhemia went off the rails and killed everybody. Cavalry would be so cool. Yeah. Yeah, for me, that's interesting, by the way, about EU, but obviously I just don't have much to comment on it. But yeah, it's great. It's interesting that just with those changes, that has sent the game into a very vocal negative spiral, I guess. At least just in the reviews. But yeah, cavalry and stuff for me, you know, what I've been talking to Greg about, what I'd like to do anyway, I don't know if it'll happen, and we need to flesh it out, but is sort of like an animal husbandry system. So it's like, okay, pastures, such as this, would require wintering. So during winter, you'd have to bring them into barns, and during winter, you'd have to supply them with animal feed, just for the 3 winter months. Animal feed would likely be from turnips and something else, can't remember what the other thing was, and turnips would be planted in fields. It wouldn't be a backyard vegetable, it would be a field crop. Oh yeah, and grass, I guess, hay or whatever. So you work the year, you get your harvest, you have your animal feed, you winter your animals in a barn, you feed them. They eat 1 per month per head. And then they come out next year. Your cows get you milk and beef, which is in the list there. And yeah, horses, I guess, would kind of feed into this as well. But they would be in stables maybe, or some different kind of barn. I don't know. I don't know. But I imagine you do a similar thing. It's like they would need to eat during the winter months, and then when you're rallying your unit, you get on the horses. Now the thing is, we don't. Yeah, I don't, again, none of this is known, but like, pretty sure historically it's like pretty uncommon to be able to have militia on horseback. It's not that uncommon. It's like we could do it could be done, but I think the original intention was like it was more a retinue focused thing, cavalry. But I've been kind of pushing for like, let's find examples where it's like just light horsemen that could be done as militia, and maybe require you to have like tier 3 or 4 houses, so that we can say like, yeah, they have bigger houses, something like that. But anyway, it's all fun and games in the ideation stage. Making the sidearms now, love to see it. So let's recruit another unit. We need more flavor. A lot of people from EU4 complain about lack of missions. Oh, really? Yeah. Makes me fearful, because I'd love to make a grand strategy type game one day, but and I love events, but I think missions suck. That's just me. I don't like the kind of railroading of... But I know people who are really into history, I guess, really do like it. It's like, oh, I can go this way or go this way. It's like alternate history pathways. But I always see it as like, I just wish you could... I wish it was dynamic enough that it wasn't scripted like that. But maybe that's just an impossible task. I don't know. I remember when they added missions to Imperator Rome, I'm like, this game is dead. Like, what are they doing? But obviously they did that because they felt like people really like those things, and especially in Hearts of Iron, people love it, right? Like focus trees and stuff. Yeah, I never would have guessed. If you retinue some messengers and the nobles, if my memory serves correct, use horses. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the historians did say, like, no, you could say light horses existed, like as a militia type unit, but the people who would field them would have to be somewhat wealthy, something like that. But I don't know. Like I said, no promises on any of that. It's just kind of ideas and history and stuff that I'm looking at. And I feel like if we were doing wintering animals, like maybe cows and horses would come together. Some things needed improvement, like the situations, the HRE mechanics and stuff. Yeah. But the thing that surprises me there is just that the game came out and was very positive. And I guess maybe, like, because if those mechanics were bad, I'm surprised it didn't have bad reviews straight away. But I'm guessing, like, obviously they patched other things, didn't pay attention to the things that were most important. Maybe then, like you said, the balance got out of whack, the AI didn't keep up, those types of things. In historical strategy games, I love reliving historical developments, but that's only possible if the game is somewhat railroaded. Yeah, I guess I've just never been like that. That's why I should probably never make a grand strategy game, because people wouldn't like it. Like, when I played Rome Total War growing up, or Medieval Total War, I didn't care about recreating what happened historically. I cared about how things reacted to what I did then. I remember when I played EU4 or something, I used to play it on stream a little bit. People were like, if you do this, this will trigger this event to happen, and then you'll grab this land. And I'm like, that sucks. I don't want to... That, to me, like, that is not... That was a massive turn off for me. But that's just me. Like, I'm not saying it's right or wrong. It's just like, I was like, oh, I felt really deflated, because it was like, oh man, I'm actually like not the target audience at all then for this kind of thing. Yeah, it's like, to me, it's like, why can't you make your own Holy Roman Empire type structure? Like, why can't this dynamically happen? If not easy, and not just at the click of a button, but like if you sow the seeds for what happened historically in Franconia, why couldn't that have happened somewhere else? Like in a truly dynamic game. But maybe it's just like that level of dynamism is just like impossible. I don't know. Because to me, I don't see why it would be, but it obviously is. It's like in Rome Total War. It's like, yeah, does Rome always have to win against Carthage if you're not playing as either of them? Some people who play historical games are like, yes. Like, historically that happened. If I'm over in Egypt, that should happen the same every time. And I'm like, no. I don't think so. And I know there's options in some of those games for that stuff. Like, like EU4 has like a historical kind of mode, right? Or whatever. Like a checkbox that says like, these will remain, like, powerful nations will stay strong, that kind of thing. Anyway, whatever. But yeah. Yeah, I guess having modes is nice. It's just, I just wouldn't even want the other one at all. I would want complete dynamic game that's different every time. But that's just me. You're talking about a different thing in these awful Imperator Rome missions. Yeah, to be fair, I don't know the difference between them. I've only seen them visually, and they look the same from a map. So it's true. I don't know enough about it. I don't know. I think I played EU4 for like 50 hours or something. Played on my own, and we also did a co-op campaign with Legend of Total War a long time ago as well. And I just couldn't get into it. I like empire building. That's my favorite thing to do. And my grand strategy game would be like an empire builder. So I don't know if people would like that or not. That's where you're like clicking towns, building buildings. Those buildings do things. They require workforce. They require materials. They output other things. You send that to other towns. Like, you're building up the infrastructure of all your towns. Be less about the history, I guess. I should really focus up and decide what to do here. So I'm struggling to get fuel going. We're making it over here. I've got 3 families on it now. Oh, I just realized there's Attack on Titan music on in the background. They've done well. We've like over 100 timber now, so we can confidently decommission that one at least. Get people replanting out here. Yeah. Let's get the last family on that. How are we doing for supply? Granary needs more. Alright. We're maxed out for stalls and workers in our current buildings. I left room here on purpose to add more granaries. Storage wise we're fine, it's just more for the workers, I guess. Oh yeah, and then this was to be a cobbler. And we need a tannery. Nice, okay, cool. So how are we doing now? Are we bringing in the iron ore again? We are, good. And don't have any iron slabs right now, but I imagine that's because we're just using it all. Quite low on clothes, but we have flax ready to be taken at the end of the year, so September again. Yeah, we have to go attack someone, I guess. We've got loads for mercenaries, which is good money, that is. We have our 1, 2, 3, 4 units. I guess we want to increase the retinue again. And, oh yeah, make armor. Forgot about that. Okay, so that spent a bunch of money. And to get to tier 4, we just need the cobbler to make stuff. We have loads of hides. They've just been building up in the background. 108. Turn that into leather, turn them into shoes. Easy tier 4. And that will add an extra family to each house that we upgrade. Nice. Alright. Let's stand up for a bit now. I've been sitting for a long time. Co-op legend, sniff. Anyone else smell cheese? I like Anno 1800 because it's kind of a mix of city building, resource management, 4X, and RTS. Yeah, the game that I'd like to make, if I ever get there one day, is sort of like Anno mixed with Rome Total War. Maybe a little Imperator. The idea is to have like little towns, a map of Europe if you imagine, right? And then towns dotted around. And a town is your sort of island, if you think, and its region. So the region has your fertilities, just like in Anno. The town would have population, broken into workforce. Then you build buildings in that town, and the map would be in real time, so not turn-based or anything. And you know, if you want to raise troops, you need to bring in wood, bring in iron, have a blacksmith, have a training ground or whatever, barracks, make your unit from the manpower that you have by equipping them with the weapons that you made. And then you push your borders into other people's borders, surround their resources, and take them for yourself. With some diplomacy and politics as well, of course. We're on a knife's edge for fuel. Have you seen those YouTube channels who try to simulate empires based on just fundamental values like movement, difficulty over terrain? No. I've never heard of it. Sun Devil's Sim? I'll write it down. Sundelviz. Lately I've just been watching The Peanut. Most of the missions wasn't like forcing things, it was mostly rewards for getting things done. That's cool. I like some flavor that they implemented. For example, the Teutonic Order starts with manpower and they can recruit professional units since the game start. Yeah, that's also fine. If every country got flavor like that, privileges, certain unique units, and unique game starts, I doubt people would complain. No, totally, yeah, totally. Yeah, no, I agree. Hey, Tamil, sorry I missed you again. I recently saw someone say that Let's Plays are dead and content on YouTube has beastified. But you literally proved that wrong. I think that's quite cool. Or are you not alone? It depends on the level of content you're talking about. I think I'm a small YouTuber. I know it might not seem like that. Like, oh, I have 170 something thousand subscribers, I think, right? But if I put up a video, it gets like 10,000 views. It doesn't get 170. Now, my best videos, even not too long ago with the newest Anno games, did get up to like over 100,000, so that's good. I mean, that's great. A video that gets 100,000 views, that's like a Let's Play, like 40 minutes to an hour long. I don't know, makes like $200 or $300. Pretty great for sitting down and playing an hour of a game, if you do it well enough. But then obviously you do lose people as you go, consistently, even if you're fast, and even the biggest ones, if you're doing a series, you just tend to lose people throughout a series. That's just the way it is. You pick people up over time, though, over long periods of time, too. So, yeah, are Let's Plays, like, dead? If you're a YouTuber who's striving for 500,000, 1 million subs, you're not going to maintain that with a Let's Play format. There's no way. But if you're happy to be a, quote, big fish in a small pond, you'll do fine. I do fine, you know? But I'm not... I do just about fine. You know, I bought an apartment with help from my parents. Probably wouldn't have been able to afford it on my own. So, YouTubers that are in the 500,000 range of subs that get regular views, like if you're getting like 300,000 views every video you do, and you do a couple videos a week or 3 videos a week or something like that, you're probably making... Let's say you just did 3 videos a week. Doesn't matter the length, whatever, and you're roughly getting about 300,000 views each, right? So you're hitting about 1 million, almost 1 million a month, a week. So you're getting about 3 million to 4 million a month. Someone who's doing that is probably making about 25 grand a month, something like that, and then put that over the whole year, you know, let's even lower it just a little bit, about 200 grand a year. But then if you throw in a few sponsors or something like that, probably up at a $250,000 for the year. And that's not even like by YouTube standards massive, but that's obviously like you are well taken care of. You're fine. You'll get your house, your car, whatever it is, and be totally okay. So I think if you're a YouTuber looking at that kind of thing, it's like, yeah, you know, you're a big YouTuber aiming to be like a Mr. Beast or have even just 1 million subscribers. You're not going to do it with Let's Plays. So yeah. So it depends on your frame of mind, I guess. The best mixture, I think, is someone like City Planner Plays. His channel's very impressive to me anyway. Loads of people's are. But his one stands out as quite good because he obviously took the angle of like, hey, I used to build cities or whatever, and built a YouTube channel around it during COVID. But he didn't just stay with one thing. He could have easily, very easily just stayed with City Skylines completely. But once he got big enough, about 200,000 or 300,000 subscribers, he started introducing a few other games, and he does very good editing and good commentary. And then when he got a bit bigger, he then did like a kind of more face reveal and more personality driven stuff where he's like in the videos more. And then when he got a little bit bigger, he covered a bit more news, and he broadened a little bit to what I would consider, and it's not a negative, like lower effort content, but so that you can have more regular stuff. So it's like, I'm going to talk about the patch notes, but we'll do it in like a nice video, nice framing. I'm going to interview a developer. We're going to talk about this thing. And it's like, these are like, he wouldn't have gotten big if he started that way, but because he have gotten a bit bigger, now he's able to leverage that, I guess, and be an authority on like speaking about certain things. And he's now gone over 1 million subscribers, and his videos get like, I think he does Manor Lords videos that get like 2 million views. You know, just good thumbnail, good editing, talking about the layout of what he's planning to do and building a little story around his city. His content's great. So it's sort of like a Let's Play, but it's like edited into just one video. So it's not serialized. So I think if you want to go beyond and grow, you gotta, yeah, serialized content probably isn't the way. You probably do want to go with something a bit bigger. This is interesting. So the blue AI is fielding units. Oh, they're getting attacked by raiders. Oh, I was hoping that maybe they were fighting Hildebolt. That would have been kind of cool, because the AI does claim, and I thought maybe they were going to claim against Hildebolt. So they're raising their troops. As far as I know, they only build spearmen at the moment and a retinue, but they don't ever increase the retinue, and then they hire mercenaries. So they've hired mercenaries that have come in from up here. They just have a little raid at the moment, and they've got more than enough to deal with it. But it's cool to see them doing stuff. They have their little orchards, little veggie patches. Yeah, unfortunately, every time they come in and out of sight, the game speed goes back to 1. Anyway, if every country got... Oh yeah, I read that already. Fractal Philosophy made a cool empire simulator based in group culture. Would you consider transitioning to less Let's Play videos to grow your channel? No, I don't know. I used to start by reviewing games and doing guides and stuff. And I built up 150 or 120,000 subs on that channel. And then it just wasn't really going anywhere. So I was doing Let's Plays on the side, and they were doing really well. And by really well, I just mean what they're doing now, which is, in fact, even less than that. But that was enough to make me go, actually, I prefer doing this. Let's just do this instead. It took me a long time to commit to that, but then eventually I did it. So that was in 2022, I think. And that's when I renamed the Let's Play channel to What Darren Plays and just said, I'm not going to do reviews anymore. We'll just stick with this channel. And then I just did serialized content. But as years have gone on, I've been much less consistent. I used to do videos every day. And they didn't view as well as they do now. But they were daily. But then what happens is you find an audience for Stellaris, you find an audience for Imperator Rome, or Total War, whatever game you're playing, and then you go, okay, series is over. And people go like, start another one. And because I'm a terrible YouTuber, I go, no, I don't want to do that. I'm going to play a completely different game. And that's what I did. So then you're left with 20,000 subs that don't watch your content anymore. And then I covered Anno, and it got like 1 million views or something. Now it has 2 million views. And that was a crazy Let's Play, and that's a good one where it's like, well, that was worth changing the content, right? Because you found a whole new audience. But now I don't do Anno anymore. Well, I do, actually, but I don't do Anno 1800. And then you lose a whole portion of those people. And then I do Satisfactory, and I don't do Satisfactory videos for a few weeks, and people are like, you just unsubscribe or stop viewing the content there. So I don't know. I'm not the one to ask about what to do. I don't really... I know this sounds crazy. I kind of just play what I want to play and upload it, and I honestly don't really look at analytics or care. I just would like to be more consistent, and I'm happy to just keep switching games. But if I was advising someone on a YouTube channel, I would be like, pick your franchise or at least your genre. Upload daily, consistently. If you can afford to do some editing, like, do it. It'll help. Because there's a lot of people that don't, so you'll just stand out over them if you cut out things that aren't good or slow moments. Be personable, put yourself in the thumbnail, get people to recognize you, not just the game you're playing, so that when you switch game they go like, oh, well, I'm interested in what this person's saying or doing. I like this person. All those things. None of these things are things I do. So I wouldn't go by what I do. I'm like, not jaded, but I'm kind of like, whatever, man. Like, I just don't care enough to like do all that stuff. Now, I have also extremely low energy for the last few years. So I'm just not the one to ask. If I was energetic and I'm trying to find ways to be energetic again, then I'm sure I would like be revitalized to do a bunch of these things. But at this stage in my career, it's like I built up 2 channels, both got to about the same amount of subs, and both times like things are kind of like starting to fall off a little bit. And I don't say this in a negative way. Things for me are like better than ever, really, because I'm working on this game and stuff. And I really have just so much fun doing this, and I love the games I'm playing. That's the other thing. Speaking of Legend of Total War, like he went crazy, effectively. As he played something he ended up basically detesting by the end. Whereas when I noticed that happening to me, I was just like, yeah, I'm just going to switch game. But I love Satisfactory and Anno. Like, I love them. There's no tiredness playing these games. I can't play them fast enough to make content enough. It's just my energy levels that are too weak at the moment. Oh, we don't have any workers. Gonna reprioritize this stuff. Are we still getting... Yeah. Is firewood getting better? It is. Alright. Anyway, so it's a long-winded answer, all these random answers. Yeah, I was telling people, like, I'm not feeling very well. I've been, like, very slow to energy. I've gotten blood tests, and I've got a doctor's appointment soon. Ooh, AI's claiming my territory. This is good. So I'm working on it, and got a few things it might be, but it's been going on for a few years now. The last thing, really, for me is I just need to do some very regular exercise, I think, and I'm also going to cut out caffeine completely and see if that helps. But when it comes to YouTube, I really just play what I want. I don't name my videos very sensationally. I just kind of name them what they are and do episodic content because I enjoy it. And people, I'm very lucky in that a lot of people seem to enjoy it too and follow up and play along with me and enjoy what I do. I really do just sit down and play the games for the most part. I do stress about like making sure that the videos are good though. It's not like I don't do anything else. Sometimes I'll record 40 minutes and be like, I'll go out to Rosie. I'm like, no, I'm just going to do it again. And I'll just do literally, I'll just load the save, just play it again. Because I felt like I wasn't making the right decisions, or maybe I built something and I was like, it doesn't look very good, or I was fumbling over like wondering how things work. But it's like, okay, now I know. So I'm just going to go back and like do this again. I have no shame in telling people like I do that. But yeah. We need Darren getting a shot of whiskey after every donation and start rambling about CA or State of Total War games. Yeah, those days are long gone. Well, not really, but they're basically gone. Now it'll be Manor Lords dev takes shot at Creative Assembly or something. Are there any games that I'm waiting on? Not really, honestly. I would have to check my wish list. We'll fight these battles in a second. At the moment, I'm playing Octopath Traveler 0. So it's a JRPG. And I love the first 2. Really enjoying that at the moment. It's quite long, though. It's like 80 hours or something, so it's just taking a while. On PC, I just really play Manor Lords, Satisfactory, and Anno at the moment. For like YouTube stuff. But yeah, up-and-coming games, I don't know, man. I can't really think of any. Crimson Desert looks cool, but in terms of PC games, like, I don't know. I'm just looking at Steam right now. You tell me. Oh yeah, this looks really cool too. I was actually following it before it came out. Sort by release dates. This. I'm super looking forward to this. This is like number 1 on the list, really. PVKK. In fact, I was talking about that game I wanted to make, which is a grand strategy game. I've actually just recently decided, like, provided I have the energy to do anything in a few weeks, if it doesn't keep getting worse, I want to start making my own game and getting better at, like, programming and stuff again, because I used to do that. And I have a game idea that's quite similar to this. It wouldn't look nearly as cool or good, but it's similar and it's doable. A grand strategy game, I feel like I could do it, but it's also... There's got to be a reason why single developers don't do that. And I think it's because it can be quite complicated, especially like on the AI front. So I think for a starter project, I've got a more simple idea that's sort of like this. If you're wondering what this game is, obviously you have the name on screen right now. I can't zoom in or anything. But basically, you're in a bunker, you've got a giant gun, and there's aliens invading. And you have to use like diegetic UI, right? So like dials and buttons and switches to like figure out where they are, use the appropriate weapons, and like take them down and hit them correctly. So you see this little thing was like tracking where they are and make sure like the hit was successful or whatever. Dope. love it. Love everything about it. And you're just in this one room. So cool. So love the idea of that. So I've got a broad idea that's kind of similar about repelling something from the sky effectively, which is more like High Fleet, but kind of also like this. But anyway, so that game, shout out to that one. I definitely want to play that. It says it's coming in the third quarter of this year. Just see if I have anything else that I can remember. I often just wishlist things that are interesting to me so I can check them out later. This one's actually, these are actually out now. So yeah, those, I guess that, oh yeah, Earth of Orion looked pretty cool. But then I was sad that it was mixed when it came out. I guess that's really it. For me, that's definitely the one I can think of, but let's see what you guys say. Can we have a What Darren Plays blooper video? There have been in the past, actually. Well, not, oh, bloopers for YouTube. No. It wouldn't be as funny as you think. Falling Frontier, actually, yeah, shout out to that game. I am looking forward to that. Falling Frontier. Nova Roma looks kind of cool, too. Falling Frontier, I'm super excited about. I did post it in my Discord recently. There was some nice screenshots. I could open that up just real quick. That's a Hooded Horse game. So, you know, I basically work for Hooded Horse, just FYI. But, see if I can see it. Just these screenshots were posted recently. I'm like, you know, being completely honest, need to see the gameplay. Every time we see videos, I'm like, this looks great, but like it could be really slow and really boring. Like I don't know, but it looks so cool, and I love all the radio chatter and everything they have in it. And these were the artists did some renders of like their ships models and stuff and posted it to Twitter, and they retweeted it, and I was like, it just looks so cool. So yes, pretty hyped for that. Tropico 7, yeah, I haven't really seen much about that, actually. I'm not that into Tropico. I kind of just prefer Anno, I guess. Transport Fever 3, that's another one. That looks really good right now. Highly recommend checking that out. I was like pretty good. I like 2 enough, but not that much. Again, kind of just prefer Anno and City Skylines, even though they are kind of different games. But Transport Fever 3 looks dope, so... What are your thoughts on someone like Navarius? He is super consistent, but he frustrates the hell out of me. I've never watched him. I know his channel to the name, but I've never actually watched him. Isn't he like... I thought he was like in German or something, no? Or does he actually do content in English? A lot of what I think of a lot of other YouTubers is basically that like they're very YouTuber-y. And I know that's part of the territory and everyone has different lines in the sand, but it's like... I'm pretty sure Navarius and stuff... I could be wrong. I'm sure he's fine, but it's that anything to get ahead type thing where it's like, I think with Anno 117, he recorded footage and had like a 4-hour stream or something, but then he cut it up into single 1-hour segments and released them all or something like that, where it's like, I don't know, it just seemed like you're doubling up on views and stuff. And it's not a case of like, oh, seeing someone else does well, I'm jealous or anything. It's not that at all. It's just like, I just wish people weren't gaming the system all the time from things like that. But that's just the way it is. You can't blame someone really when you see people doing things like that. But whatever. Anyway, Menace. Yeah, I gotta be honest. I didn't like Menace when I played the demo. I just didn't. I love Battle Brothers. It's nothing like that game. Dorf is pretty cool too. That looks cool. That 2D looking RTS. Right, we're being claimed, so let's focus back up. We're being claimed by the AI. They've just fought... Oh, I know why. Because they just defeated raiders, so they've gotten a bunch of influence, and now they're thinking, yeah, let's go for this guy. So, I'll tell you what, before we accept this claim, I'm going to raise some mercenaries if we can. There's only one left. Brigands for hire. Not great. Now, every month there's typically new ones, so there might be more at the end of the month. I might just wait a couple days. We've got 3 full units and then a retinue. We don't have any range. Probably not that important though. What else do we have? We've only got 1 spare sidearm right now. We're doing really well for ale. Maybe I made a change in the code today that says only tier 2 and up consume ale. Maybe it wasn't needed. Because we're making pretty good amount of ale. I shouldn't base everything off just how I'm doing, but I'm surprised that we've kind of pulled ourselves out of that so easily. Hey, Lord. You're playing it right now? Yeah, I'm glad. People seem to really like it, so I'm happy for them. I should give it another shot, because I like Xenonauts and stuff. Like, I like tactical games like that. Yes, many people have asked about Satisfactory. When I'm feeling good, I'll be back on Satisfactory. I want to do a nuclear power plant. I've got plans for it and everything. The idea was to do like 3 or 4 videos, record them all pretty close together, and then release them all within the span of a week. Because one thing that does keep happening is it takes too long between videos of these big builds, and so you just I lose most of the audience. It's like part 1, 20,000, part 2, 10, part 3, 8. It's like, ugh. And I put the same effort into each one. So it's kind of like, okay, maybe if I release them day after day and stuff, that would go a lot better. But I still need the time to do it though. So it still would take me like a week at least. But unfortunately, I've just been pretty much unwell since November, I would say. So I haven't been able to do it. No, streaming doesn't do better than no, not at all. I don't really get anything from streaming. I mean, shout out to, and I'm not looking for anything, but I appreciate it. Yesterday, Damkara gifted 5 memberships, and someone gave a $10 super chat. So, I mean, not bad, actually, really. But for 5-hour stream, you know, what was it, like $30? I just do it because it's fun. It's like nice to interact with people, and I want to play the game. I'm kind of playing it anyway, so it's a good way for me to touch base with people and how they feel about things. The video afterwards, I guess, picks up some ad revenue, but I don't even look. I don't even know. Not much. What are your thoughts on sieges in Manor Lords? Thinking the walls will become... Oh, they will eventually, yeah. Isn't there the... it might have been removed now, but there was the... yeah, it was removed. There was here the siege camp. We were prototyping and messing around with it. It'll come back and be a thing. Yeah, eventually. That's what the walls are for. And the pathfinding on walls and stuff. He doesn't just do it for fun. It will actually be like a feature. New mercenary companies available. That's what we waited for. Archers. Arrive in Felsweg. Have to get these guys as well then, I guess. If we built a manor in that other region, actually, I could have had another retinue. Forgot about that. Now, apparently, there's a bug in this game. Bad one. Thank you, Real Ogre Bane, for 5 gifted memberships as well. Like I was telling people yesterday, I don't recommend supporting the stream at the moment just because I can't guarantee when I'll be back or anything. But I do appreciate it. Like, I really do. It's very kind. So thank you. And that's gone to Nen Brixis Maniac. Jamie Ryan, I'm Not Roxy, and Ashish. Thank you. Yeah, I know it might seem like, oh, you're here now, like, you seem fine. It's like, it's not as simple as that, unfortunately. And I'm actually doing fine relative normally to how, especially how I was doing this morning. I slept twice today, for probably like 10 hours. Oh, nice, they came into my own region. Brilliant, that worked out really well. Alright, resolved. I'm going to save it just in case it goes wrong. But anyway, apparently the bug is that sometimes battles can just end and someone wins and we don't know why. Like it just decides who wins wrongfully. Gather on the field of Mars. I didn't hear the bell. Would have wished to get a member as well, but respect to whoever donated. Enemy units have been spotted across the way. So where's the battlefield then, huh? Good. It's where it should be. My region, my town. Thanks for keeping me company. Just finished painting my mini. Nice. I saw a reel of someone painting a mini yesterday. It looked awesome. They were doing like obviously a space marine of some kind, but what they were doing is some tiny little airbrush thing. It was like liquid. So there's a big arm plate, shoulder plate here with the seam, right? So there's a big seam on it. And they just put a drop on the seam and it like went down and around the whole thing. It even went up around the back just as naturally. I don't know how it did that. But they just did that to like accent certain things and it looked awesome. I don't know if you're still here, but that was awesome. It was cool to see. All right. Didn't give these guys any of their armor yet. That's the other thing we still need to do, which is level up a house and get an armorer. It was going to be one of these. And then a boucher. Do we need anything else? I think we've got everything then. We don't have a bowyer actually. Got a lot. What do they got? 4 spear units? That's their own units, and then 2 archers, which seem to be mercenaries. Little baby retinue as well. Oh no. Oh no, they're stuck.
Yes, sire. Move quickly.
No. Oh. Let's save it. Just so that I can use that. That's my best unit. Is there a quick and easy way to see what kind of buildings you have built? Kind of. If you press tab, the left icon is what they do. So, for instance, this is a brewer, this is a baker, this is being built at the moment, this is a butcher, and this is being built at the moment as well. This is the joiner, blacksmith, tailor, cobbler. So, not super easy, but it is there, kind of. As for these ones, not so much. They all mostly have the production icon symbol. Yes, yes.
Run! Yes, sire. Run! Pick up the
Oh, you're like almost there.
yes, sire. I run!
Oh, pathfinding's a bitch.
Pick up the pace! Yes,
Oh, so close. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, good. Go.
pick up the pace!
These will be my flankers. They're just raiders, basically, so they're not going to be very good.
Yes, sire.
Fighting in the tree line's bad. I wanted to stay on the thing, though, but I guess we don't have to.
My liege. Advance!
Kind of need to wait for my guy to get over.
Forward! My liege. Yes, my lord. Sire. March! Advance!
Where are they? They're on the way. I've told them to walk because they will just be too tired. We'll just fall back a bit into the woods. It's going to be a tree line fight, I guess. Not sure about that. Not sure about that. Maybe if we engage them, that won't happen. Yeah, when I heard about that bug today, I just knew it would happen to me. I have a feeling it was in the last build as well. Thought it was fixed.
My lord, forward!
So these guys are stuck, but if we spawn close enough to the door, they kind of come out. There we go. Easy, easy. Alright, we'll just never engage them on the circle. Maybe that'll be better. Oh, now they're not moving at all. That's another problem. They've lost their order, I think. Their order didn't save, probably. Well, we could just wait it out and then there'd be no... we'd just win. So that's cheese. Let me write a few of these down. Okay, so first problem, pathfinding inside Manor. We have a save for that. For a 24 unit retinue, stuck. Next thing, AI moving toward region. Save load interrupts. Okay. And then finally, battle started. It was an archer, so maybe the archer's range triggered the battle. Battle started with archer. But then they were out of the circle. And then we just lost. No one even fired a shot. Okay. What did I think of Star Rupture? Not a big fan, honestly. Like, it's fine. I don't know. I don't think it's for me. I like the exploration in the world. I think it's cool. I just don't think that game suits having the base building. It's like, I feel like you gotta kind of pick your lane. Or it might just be the case that I just don't enjoy the building system they have. I find it weird. It's not the push-pull thing of the buildings. It's like even just placing things doesn't feel very good. So, not super into it. It was very cheap. I feel like they knew what they have, in a way. Because they didn't charge like a huge amount for it. Like, they could probably have gotten away with charging much more. Most people seem to like it though, so again, I'm probably just in the minority. It's like, I'll pay attention for when it gets its 1.0. But until then, I'm like, I don't feel any desire really to go back. It's like, it's totally fine.
Yes, sire.
Let's see what happens. So the battle will shift over here, I think. Or it'll say that I think anyway. I don't know. We're actually pretty far away from it, so I'm not sure.
Men! Forward! My lord! Forward! My liege!
It's hard to see, but we did fire some shots. There we go. They don't seem to care.
Sire! My liege! Sire! Charge! Pick up the men! My liege! Forward! March! My lord! My liege! Units, stay still! March! Kill them! Forward! Run! My lord! Move quickly!
Oh, I think they're trying to go to the battlefield. I don't think they're even caring about me at the moment. I thought 3 raiders would easily defeat this, but maybe I'm wrong. They are heavy mercenary archers. Oh yeah, shit. Whoops. We're winning the other fights though. Missing some fundamental building pieces that make building factories frustrating. Very hard to do manifold. Yeah, yeah. Like with a good amount of quality of life for the building, I could see it being a lot more enjoyable. But I don't even really like the way they handle the resource system in the corporate screens and stuff. Like how you do that kind of stuff. Like I don't think progression is that good. It feels weirdly like, oh, nothing happens for ages, and then suddenly you advance a huge amount. That's how I'd describe it, I guess. Go. Need to help out our buddies in the forest. Well, they're raiders, after all. Effectively. I don't know what happens here. They keep running away from that fight. He wants peace, does he? Can make it worthwhile if you drop your claims. I didn't claim anything. Oh, my spears, they've completely died. $16 and 4, so there's 20 of them, 7 of me. Yeah, I guess something must be wrong with the battlefield location then, which is what triggered the defeat last time, because it seems like obviously fighting not part of that seems okay, and the timer's just ticking down, so we'll win that way. But I've got it written down, so hopefully we can find it. Hopefully we don't get claimed by Hildebolt. Something else that can happen in the game at the moment is if the AI were to win this fight, let's say it was a second region of mine, they'll get a lot of influence for the battle, and they'll just claim immediately again. And it's like, damn, you really don't have enough then to raise. So I've proposed that we do a cooldown on claiming against the same person. The other thing that can happen is you can do 2 claims at the same time, and you can also do multiple claims from multiple lords against the same person. So there's a few things I think we need to figure out as we get more into the whole AI being able to fight properly kind of thing. I was wondering about the space of plots. I find it a bit annoying how a lot of the production buildings have a large footprint, making it a bit unnatural and hard to place roads around them naturally. Oh, like the plots of other buildings? Yeah, like this one, right? Malthouse has a really wide boundary box. I don't know why that is, to be fair. That'd be one for Greg, I guess. I don't disagree. Yeah, I don't really know much about it, though. Could be a Pathfinder reason, or it could be like that he has an upgrade plan that uses the space or something, you know, I'm not sure. Mercenaries. Alright, I guess that's it. We did lose a full unit. 2 retinue men, and decent amount from this unit. That should be it though. We're winning. Respond to correspondence. Respond to the letter. I don't think I will. Enemy unit spotted. Oh. One of their spear. They're raising more. I guess they kind of have to. We can let our troops go. Just keep the retinue up.
My lord, forward!
I'm not talking about Burgage plots, but rather the production buildings. Yeah, sorry. I know you're asking, responding to someone else. I haven't played since August 2024. How much has changed? August of 2024. Are you still there? If you are, I'll run down a few of the biggest changes. Do you find playing your own games fun, or does it feel more like work? I find it super fun. I've never met a developer who enjoys it though. No developer I know seems to ever want to play their own stuff because they get so tired of it. That was what was crazy when I worked at Creative Assembly. It's like no one plays the game. I'm like, what's the problem with everyone? I don't know. Like design, you know, not calling out. I'm somewhat calling out Mitch, who's a good friend of mine that we lived together for a long time, and he became a designer at Creative Assembly. And like even he would stop playing the game eventually. And he was a huge fan and a modder of those games. And it's like they just stopped playing eventually. 'Cause I guess they see too much of how it's made. I don't know. I don't know why. I love playing the game. I was telling Greg the other day, I was like, with some of the changes, I was joking because it's some of the changes I made. I was like, things are actually really good now. And he's like, that's great to hear. But it's probably weird to hear that someone thinks that. Anyway, sorry, Bentley said yes. The biggest changes to the game in since 2024, I guess, if I could summarize, we've added a bunch of new maps, right? So there's like, I don't know, 4 new maps since then. Some with bigger bodies of water, some with bigger cliffs, things like that. We've broken the foods out into a much more expansive system. So there used to be, I think, 7 or 8 foods in total. So for instance, we had vegetables. Now we've got 3 types of vegetables. The consequence of that is that requirements of houses have changed. I was going to say properties. So the requirement system doesn't just say like, oh, you need 4 types of food. Anything will do. It now says like, you need like a more varied diet, I guess. You need forage goods, vegetables, or grains. So any of these are like, you can provide any amount of them. You just need 2 of them. So it's up to you how you do it, right? You can do grains, vegetables, or foraged goods. Then you need meats and fishes, animal produce and fruits, etc., etc. A level 1 house, for instance, needs very little. It just needs 1 of these 4 and 1 of these 3. But then it gets more complicated, right? It subdivides into more categories. And as you go up and up, you need more in more categories. So you have to keep spreading the field or acquiring what you don't have. What else? Oh, there's loads of things. There's maintenance now on buildings. So for instance, we've added a quarry. There's a whole new resource chain for that. You can get dressed stone. You can build walls on manors, big stone walls. Really just visually functional now. You can walk around them and stuff, but you don't really need them or anything. But you use dressed stone to do that, which you get out of a quarry. There's also maintenance now. So maintenance, quarries, mines, that sort of thing require tools. You can increase the burn rate of those tools if you want to get an increase to labor speed, which will go up when we actually deliver the tool, I guess. So you kind of control the production speed a little bit more. This building actually has a problem right now, so that's probably why it didn't show. Other ones should show when you upgrade it, though. I don't have the families to do it, but anyway, you get the idea. It does work. I think it's the stone gathering quarry have an issue that we noted yesterday, actually. I'm playing a beta patch right now. In the latest beta, there's like a huge optimization pass, bug fixing pass, balance pass, tier 3 Burgage plot. So there used to be 3 tiers of Burgage plot. Now there's 4. This is now the new tier 3. And the 4th, the one with the clay tiles on the roof, that's become number 4. So we don't have any of those just yet. Orchards, all these foods have been split into more things. Same for some of the crafting materials. I guess that's kind of it on a broad level that I can think of. What's Greg's role when developing? Well, it's Greg's game. Greg made this game on his own, pretty much, for the first 5 or 6 years. He's the sole developer. The game's made in Unreal, so obviously built on an existing engine. But then he once the game kind of came out, he hired up like more permanent workers. I mean, I'm part-time, but he hired up people more permanently rather than just working on like random contracts with artists and stuff. So Greg's role at the moment, I mean, Greg does a bit of everything, really. As far as I know, he does a bit of everything. In the last update, he did a lot of the optimization work. But he's also the creative designer. So when I'm coming up with designs, like he has to approve them, make sure he's happy with it. We have big chats about that. Like he would have came up with the environment screen system. That would have been his thing. He came up with the idea of the way we do perks now. I just populated it with the perks and what the effects are. So yeah, he's still very much like the the creative force behind the game, as well as the main programmer and the. I don't know if he's like the main artist, but he does a lot of the art. And yeah, technical guy with the performance and stuff like that. How's everything? It's okay. It's good enough. I don't have thoughts on the new update because I work on the game. I love it. It's great. It's the best game ever. But genuinely, I don't really have thoughts on the update. Even if I tried to be subjective, I don't think I could be. So my thoughts are I didn't like that one bug we had that ended our battle prematurely. But other than that, I actually think the update's pretty not buggy compared to the last one we did. So that's good. Shouldn't be in beta too long based on what I'm seeing here. Because a lot of the issues we ran into yesterday have actually been fixed in our build. How big's the game team? I don't know. Like 10 people or so. It's difficult to say because some, like the historians kind of come in and out. They're not like super permanent. But they're part of the team. And same with like some artists. Like they kind of come and go. We had a bigger group of programmers recently, but we've lowered the amount. Just because they worked for like a contracting company. And their company reassigned them, and then the contract ran up with them. So Greg has hired new programmers, but we're like one less than we had before, so it's kind of in flux. I think he said he was hiring a design intern, and we did have another designer a while back, but he was only here for a few months. So it's kind of awkwardly tough to say. About 10 on average, I would say, something like that, maybe. Maybe less. Right, I'll probably wrap up once we win this battle, by the way. Did we ever start making those shoes? Oh, I never assigned anyone to the tannery. And all my families are busy right now. I don't really know where they all are. It's about to be winter. I know a few of them died, but I didn't think we actually lost any families. You only lose the men. Fuel is okay for a little bit. Oh, the livestock trader. Oh, yeah. Pack stations are busy. Malt house, quarry. We're okay for ale. I did make 2 new artisans, actually. Oh, that could be where some of them went. And then we assigned more storage. Yeah, okay. Oh my god, they called in mercenaries from behind me. Fuck. Damn, I think I'm gonna lose this battle because of that bug. They're just over there. If I stay in the circle, maybe we'll be okay. I guess go that way. 2 archers. It's just archer units, so we'll have to chase them. I need one of my units to stay back. They're still in the circle, right? Yeah, so go for them. Line up. Heavy mercenary archers. Oh, that's good. New enemy spotted. 6 militia coming in from the farms. Any hints on upcoming updates? The next update will have new perks. The next set of perks. That's really the only hint I can give. I've been watching you on and off from Brazil from 2016. Roam 2 times. Is the mechanic of using sheep to increase productivity still active? Using sheep to increase productivity. I last played the game before the big update. I didn't even know about that. I don't know what that means. Using sheep to increase productivity. Yeah, unfortunately I don't know. Some requested the top bar with all icons to have a slight non-distracting tapestry feel as well, like in other parts of the UI. So not bland grey bar. Any thoughts? That's funny. Yeah, one of our programmers brought that up today, that he saw some people mentioning that. He brought it up in the game design chat, and I was like, oh, this is one for the user interface guys, you know. So I don't disagree. It'd be cool to have more consistent UI, I guess, or art. What's the word? Like colorful, artistic. I like the UI. I got no problem with it, honestly. But when new art gets added, I'm like, this looks great. So part of me thinks like, I'm fine with it as is, but I would welcome art that's a bit more colorful and tapestry like. Sure, I know a lot of people love Kingdom Come Deliverance's UI, and I think that's what they're kind of asking for. But it is kind of totally like in the eye of, it'd be up to Greg whether he wants to do it, thinks it's a good idea, is capable of doing it or whatever. So yeah, it's just not my place, I guess, to say. Oh, we can just let these guys go anywhere, can't we? Yeah. Jersey used to be cool. Yeah, I didn't know you could do it. You can't fence up the fields. Is that what you're asking about? Oh, right. Sorry. When I hear productivity, I think it's something else. So you're saying increase the fertility by putting a fence around the field. Yeah, we're probably going to bring that back in some fashion. There's other things though, like we're talking about Night Soul Men, so it's like this concept of people would go around collecting crap from houses, and most historians that you listen to on like YouTube and stuff say that this was spread on fields. But when we tried to look for accounts of this actually happening, because it was debated by our historian, they were like, no, this doesn't happen. But everywhere seems to say it does. But then when we really try to dig down to see like where did they get the source for saying it does, we couldn't really find anything. But we did find 1 or 2 instances of it happening. So I'm like, boom, let's go. It did happen. Historian was like, didn't happen in this region though. And I'm like, oh, come on. It must have happened. So let's just do it. So we were thinking like, oh yeah, it would be cool if we had a night soil collector who collects from houses and from obviously animals as well, and then that's spread on fields, and if it increases like disease chance if it's human. But I think we had a way to combat it as well, but something like that. So it's like it's largely a manure boost and a cleanliness thing for the houses to be happier and stuff. But I feel like there's got to be some like increased disease, but you can also provide something to like lower that chance, or eventually say like, okay, we don't want to collect from the humans and use that one, something like that. I can't remember, but yeah, we have to think about it, because there's also the whole thing of like, well, they didn't know that it was causing problems, so how far do we go with it? Is the player like this godlike person who knows this thing, right? The player knows that this is not the thing to do, so maybe they can observe the sickness and avoid it with some policy change later. It's like a policy comes in that says, okay, you're not to spread that. Something like that, but yeah. Franconia in the 1300s, mid to late 1300s, early 1400s. That's where everything has to be framed through that lens. Alright, we won our battle. We've got good influence. I guess actually we don't have enough influence to claim anything. You need 2,000. Forgot about that. Lost a lot of good men. How many planks do we have? We've got loads. Let's get the joiner to make our shields again. And then we need the blacksmith to make spears again. That will replenish the unit that we lost. I wanted to get a tier 4 house. We're pretty close. Ale. We do have ale. 92. Not being supplied. Probably because everyone's dead. They'll get some though. It's all in here. It's right next door. The family only has one person in it. Yeah, that's... She's plowing right now. What? Oh, her backyard. That's not ideal. I'm confused. She's not on her own. People... Oh, there's 2 people now. Oh yeah, there they are. Okay, cool. I like that. The tavern keep died in battle. Oh yeah, we do actually have to bury these people. Right, start supplying the people again. That'll be fine. And the cobbler has to start making shoes if they haven't already. Oh, we are making shoes. Nice. Hides are being made into leather, thankfully, at the tannery, which we located here. How many sheep do we have? 20 lambs. Lambs. Yeah, the AI programmer is also great. He does loads of stuff to do with not AI. Like he notices when behavior is a bit odd and things, so he'll improve it. Like did a lot of the pathfinding improvements for Ox and things like that. The programmers are awesome. Excuse me. But yeah, that programmer was just reading the feedback of the Discord, and he just says like, hey, people are mentioning this a lot. It's like, yeah. We know, but he's kind of new, so he's just like telling us all these things. It's totally fine. But that was one that literally came up just before the stream, the thing with the tapestry UI. I didn't see it in the Discord. It must have gained some traction if he's brought it up. Are we still selling our cabbages? Yeah, I guess so. Oh yeah, we've loads of barley. Wow. There we go, starting to stock up. No problemo. So you're just lacking footwear. And we are starting to make shoes. Cobblers out there banging them out. Question is, who doesn't have them? No one yet. They're just getting consumed instantly because there's a big demand for them, I guess, from before when nobody had them. And we're out of clothes. Uh-oh. Oh yeah, didn't we... Oh, it's September now. I was gonna say, didn't we plant flax? Yeah. We have to take people off a bunch of these jobs. We need more families, even more. Have to take a break from the quarry. Alright, let's go harvest. I think I just need more families as well. 5 more maybe would do it. Maybe we'll try to get more of the veg plot families in. Do you have AI to show on this map? Yeah, we just fought the AI. There they are. They basically kind of cap out around tier 2. Early tier 2. They build their joiner and their blacksmith, and then that's kind of it. And they've been told to stop expanding at a certain point now as well, because they just kind of expanded out of control before. In terms of just constantly adding more houses. Nice, the flax is building up. Do we still have bread from before? We do actually, wow. Lasted all year. And we got 47 flax, 106 barley, god damn. I noticed in the patch there's a new limited for AI families. What does that mean? Is the AI going to be hard capped? At the moment, yeah. Sorry. Oh, yeah, you're... Oh, hey, Baron. What's new with the AI? Just the patch notes or more hidden stuff? Just the patch notes. Whatever's in the patch notes. Yeah, so at the moment they were expanding like crazy. Like, I mean, they were just constantly building houses. They don't upgrade them, though. So just for now, it's like, okay, once you reach a certain amount, just leave it. It doesn't add anything. I don't think it's going to be always there. It'll be making decisions more about like what to upgrade and where, really, rather than just... It's like me, I didn't just constantly keep adding forever. I stopped eventually too. Fallow, fallow, and what are we doing here? Flax. Alright, so that should produce more linen and more clothes should start rolling out again. Be nice just to see if we can pull what we need together to get a tier 4 house just here at the end. I'm surprised about the beverage. So we do have a lot. 29 ale in store. 113 barley. I guess we need more on the malt again. Keep losing the malt place. Thought it was here. These guys don't have a productivity bar. Oh, they don't have maintenance, that's why. Yeah. There is others who do keep expanding forever until they consume everything. Yeah, we don't want the AI to do that though, I don't think. Not yet. Because it was getting ridiculous. I don't know if you'd seen like what it was doing in people's saves. It would literally, like every square inch was like a house. Almost anyway. And the deforestation was unreal. It was just like massive areas of like no logs anymore, or no trees. But yeah, it doesn't really go beyond tier 2 yet, so once it starts doing that, then it has different reasons to expand. It'll start expanding again. Sounds epic.
These things do happen from time to time.
Wasn't epic for people's performance. That's another thing, especially if you had like 3 AI on the map, 3 mega regions. 100% food variety. Love to see it. Eight tier 2 plots, 9 tier 3 plots. Oh really? We need to upgrade this then as well. I forgot I had that many. They have their ale now, just no garments, but we're now crafting clothes. We got 12 in storage. But it's in storage over here, right? Oh no, it is in storage over here. It'll be interesting to build different markets and one just focused on it's one storehouse with one thing or something. Are the AI opponents more aggressive now? Only very slightly. If you read the patch notes, it tells you exactly what's different. But for the most part, I think like now they'll just kind of so previously they claimed regions, but if you fought for they don't settle the regions yet. They're on the cusp of being able to do that. From the developer's perspective, when they claim a region, yeah, and they took it, and you claimed it back. Sorry, if you just claimed one of their second regions, they didn't fight for it. Now they do. That's one smaller change. But I don't think they're any more aggressive. I mean, they claimed my region and they sent an army at me. I mean, it encountered a bug where we didn't even fight and they won. Which was in the game before. It's a kind of a rare one, but it does happen, and it's pretty bad. So I have to figure that one out. But yeah, they were doing that before. It's funny, I remember when we were talking to Greg and the AI programmer, we were like, yeah, I think they're capable of doing it, but I don't know if they ever do. And Greg was like, I've heard rumors that they do attack people's settlements. So we were just laughing at the idea that, like, we're not even fully sure, or weren't just in that moment, what the AI could do. Because it's kind of gone a lot faster than we thought. When given certain freedoms, I guess. It does seem like once they fight a battle, they fight some rebels, they'll have enough, or raiders, they'll have enough influence, and you do see them claim things. But they don't know about tithing, so they can't claim if they don't have the influence, and they can't really gain any influence. Unless they had really high approval, maybe. So I would imagine we won't see them claim anything again, unless they get attacked by a raider or something and they win a battle. Real life housing policies. I got attacked after some cycles. The Baron had a massive army. The Baron is different than the AI. So the Baron is like it's not scripted really, but it's like, it's off map. So it's off the map somewhere, and it does just on like sort of timers in a way, claim regions and then send armies to go fight for them. The AI, as we think of it, classical AI, is on the map, and they play by the same rules you do. So if they don't have the influence, they're not going to go attack you. They have to have the money to raise the mercenaries. I believe they've got a manor, and they just set their taxes to like 10%, so they just accrue money over time or something like that. And they make their weapons, but they only make spears at the moment, so that's why they always field spearmen, so that kind of thing. Hey, we got it. Tier 4 out of our mines. Oh yeah, I totally forgot about the clay tiles. We actually do have them. Who should we upgrade first? Now we don't have to pay any money costs. They're normally 50 an upgrade. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and that's it. Those are all my artisans. Alright, we'll let these guys upgrade and then we'll say GG. That's going to be it. We built a tier 4 settlement, we settled multiple regions, we fought a few battles. We Manor Lorded. Hey, Lance. I imagine you are Stockvis, but now it's a different username. We talked about this earlier. People's usernames have changed on YouTube. Or they are changing. Oh my god. I looked away for a second. so good. So nice with the Regensburg Guildsman perk because it's so quick to build these. You need so few goods. And each of these will get a new family. So that'll... Oh, actually, they'll all be artisans, though. I was going to say it'll help our workforce, but not really. It'll help us make things faster. What are you lacking? Logs. Oh, people are just walking in like, let's check it out, let's check it out. Dude, we almost have everything. Look at this. We're just missing a second form of grain. That'd be easy. Just get rye. Make some rye. If you can get the wheat bread, it's easy to get the rye. So this looks like it's clipped into that one a bit, but when it's finished it might move over. We do have a known bug with tier 4 housing. I was hoping we wouldn't get it. I don't... Even this isn't really as bad as it is. Sometimes it just doesn't appear. And that's a weird one. That's a level 4 house, but it's like completely separate. Looks cool though. Oh, I guess because it's a storefront. And the joiner as well. Huh. This one's not done yet. Dude, I didn't know we had the little shop windows. That's cool. So that's our tailor. I wonder, can we spawn different things based on what they are? Because they're hanging shields out the front. We did have too many shields. It's good to see them being used. So I want to wait till these are done. Just waiting on the logs to arrive. He's dropped one off. I think this guy isn't moving because he is reserved maybe at like the farm. Let me see if that's true. Waiting. Aha. So someone will go get him now, I think. Well, he just went over and petted him and then left. There we go. Okay, that's good to know, because we were worried. People were saying like maybe they're stuck, but I don't think so. I think yeah, just when you assign them to a building and you don't use the building, they just stay at the building, don't they? This does look like the tailor. They've got clothes hanging out the front, so that's nice. You're getting there. Do you like Medieval Dynasty? I played it when it was in early access. It was okay. It was very, very slow. Like I remember cutting up a tree for like felt like 5 hours. You don't need a tax office to pay mercenaries or to tax people. Tax office is purely cosmetic. It won't be in the future, but it is for now. It says it right there. Cosmetic only. They should have a manor. I'm pretty sure they have a manor. We saw their retinue. Retinue. Yeah, I wonder why this didn't become like a tier 4. That seems odd. That's their actual blacksmith at the back. That's the tailor. This is the last one, I think. This is the only one waiting on a log. They're prioritizing bringing the logs to the saw pit, it seems. Oh my god. Because we did just use a bunch of logs there as well. We did have this earlier though. It's the same. Oh, it's the same problem. I'm such an idiot. It's the exact same problem. I had the building paused. Yeah, for some reason they bring the other goods, but they don't bring the log if the building's paused. I totally get it. Construction's paused. It makes sense. But why do they bring the other stuff, I guess? They'll bring something now. That's my bad. I can't believe we made the same mistake. Same building and everything. Oh man, bring the log wherever you are. There we are. Oh, it is still clipped into each other. Kind of still looks okay. Just wanted to check on something. Someone was stuck over here, I think, which is why it said cold. Or they're out of fuel, are they? Who's cold? Freezing. Oh, are they stuck in the mine or something? Maybe. No, they're all moving. Yeah, I don't know. Alright, there we are. It's gonna have to be it. I love to watch your Anno series a lot. Thank you. That's weird. T. The story mode is definitely slower than sandbox mode. Oh, there was no story when I played. It was just sandbox. I only played it when it first came into early access though, so I've never played it since then. So there we go. Tier 4 with some cosmetic changes, I guess. Tier 3. Tier 2. And Tier 1. We did it. All 4. All together. And with almost everything fulfilled. Almost. If we go out and get that fish, we'd have what we need there. And then pretty easily get the ride going. Not that you need to. Nothing would happen, I guess, but approval would skyrocket. So where do we go? Year 6. Almost exactly 6 years. And we just had 2 regions. Easy enough. Yep, that's gonna be it. That was it. Fun to play through. Get to tier 4, pull it all together, conquer some regions, fight some battles, and encounter a few bugs along the way for good measure. We've written them all down. Not as many today as last time, so that's good. Is there any chance to see people animation inside the house or workplace like mines? Not inside, no. I mean, I don't want to be definitive in anything. I don't know. I'm not the game director, but I don't think we'll ever bring the camera into the mine, for instance. In someone's house, maybe if the door opens, you can kind of see them. You can kind of see them working in their backyard workshops. That's the kind of idea. Inside the house, though, I didn't think we were ever supposed to really see inside there. I can never get past 2-tier houses. I always end up running out. I'm glad I've redeemed myself then, because the last time I streamed this, people said I was awful at the game, so at least I was able to at least get to the end. I mean, I normally can, but last time I played, we played against the AI, and I didn't know that they could claim against me, and they claimed against me and basically won, which is funny. But that made the video much more interesting. Yeah, I guess ultimately you just gotta spread the field. That's what we did, you know, try to make, like for instance, these are all my orchards, so you could just go with 1 or 2. You really only need to go with 2 things. But going with 3 means you'll just get a more consistent yield, and items spoil a little slower if you have different, like you make different groups of items, so that's kind of good. Not a huge difference, but if you've got like, if you have 100 apples, you'll probably lose more apples than if you had 50 apples and 50 quinces, for instance. You'll lose more fruit overall if you just have 1 big stack. So that might have helped spreading out a little bit too. We also didn't overgrow too much. 69 families, but how many houses do we have? We've only got 46 plots. And 69 families. Room for 3 more families. So 72 families basically total. So didn't overbuild too crazy. And in the other region, we kept it pretty lean also. Interestingly, they've actually run out of money now. Yeah, I wonder why that is. Is salt having issues being sold for good value? Because we did sell a lot. Oh yeah. Critically oversupplied. Extremely low prices. We normally sell for 5, we're selling for 3. No foreign exports even. It actually says it's not even going to be sold. Wow. So this place, yeah, this place, because of its salt trade, is able to supply this place with ale, barley. So we have 90 barley still. 141 shoes. Wow. Made a lot of shoes. You must get 2 shoes for every 1 hide or leather. Didn't know that. One thing I can show you guys is the production map actually. Any plans for impact of different percentages of pop levels on the settlements? Like on crime, happiness, balance? Not at this moment, no. Maybe towards the end of development. That's like late game stuff, I guess. Generally, we want to encourage people to have a spread of tiers, not just go all in on having all tier 4s. But I don't think we'll... I don't know. I don't necessarily think we'll treat tier 1s as a higher rate of crime or anything like that. Like society management. But maybe. I know Greg did want stuff to do with laws and stuff, so that's what policies kind of were. That's the production map. I was trying to see where shoes are. I do have it down as 1 shoe. One leather to 1 shoe. Maybe it's 2. I'll have to check, but I thought it was 1. This is everything in the game. How everything's made. And in what buildings. Anyway. Boop. Second place is no money either. No, this place has money. It's this one that's really low. And then obviously... Oh yeah, we never got that one. Yeah, we're actually doing great for money. There's no problem here. I'm just trying to think, like, not that we're playing anymore anyway, but I'm trying to think, okay, what would I do now? I mean, we do have time. Enough malt and barley to last quite a while. So you could just stop this thing. So it's like, okay, stop that now. You know, just pause it. And this one was cabbages for iron ore. Could also pause that. Oh, actually... Yeah, because they were buying iron ore and barley. So, you know, it probably became quite expensive and just selling salt to do it. And they were making weapons and stuff to supply our guys again. We made 14. Yeah, I think you just have to give it some time to let the market kind of recover. Or sell something else, like maybe get some berries, just sell them for a while. I wonder, yeah, just one very last thing I want to check is how much did we sell? All-time salt, 9,000. Wow. And we've set this up in like year 3 or maybe year 4. That's a lot. Can you do the previous year? Yeah, 3,500. Money is what we made. So we sold 1,195. So all time, sorry, I was looking at the money. All time we sold 2,633. If I just even average that the last like 3 years, 2,000 what? 6. Yeah, about 800 to 900 a year. There's a lot. I was trying to work out like when does the market like get hit that hard. Right, anyway, that's gonna have to be it. I had a blast. It's really good fun, and thanks for everyone being so chill. Yeah, so I won't be streaming this again maybe until like the next time we do another update, but I think it's always fun to touch in with the updates. Normally I would wait for the beta to be over, but I've thought that things were relatively stable enough that it would be okay to play this now. I think I was right. For the most part it is. But yeah, noted down some of those bugs. If you do encounter any yourself, if you have the time, discord.gg/Manor Lords, and then you go to bug forum, you just make a little post, other people can see it, they can vote it up. You can drop a screenshot or a save file, all that stuff does help. If you have gameplay feedback suggestions, it's best throwing it into the Discord as well. Other people see it, vote it up. And then there's also the beta discussion channel as well. So that's just a normal channel where you can discuss things. See you later, Barn. Yeah. AI and cavalry and stuff right around the corner, I would say. I don't know. Maybe. But yeah, more military stuff, I'm sure. Not too far off now. The one thing that was nice with this is like update came a bit quicker, right? It's only a couple of months since the last one. At least since the last one came out of beta. It might feel like a long time since it went into beta. But hopefully the beta of this one won't be that long. Another update then, another couple of months. And perks and stuff like that. That's the plan anyway, so should be good. Faster turnaround time for new content and stuff. Alright, well anyway, that's going to have to be it for me. Again, thanks for all the support. I really do appreciate it. Thanks for hanging out and being chill. And I appreciate people's patience with me and the channel and stuff. Hopefully people will still be there when I come back properly. And yeah, catch you in my Discord and also in the Manor Lords Discord from time to time. Good night. Goodbye.